you so much, Grant, again for the invitation. It's always an honor.
Well, the honor is always mine, and we'll be keeping an eye on what's going on down there because we don't ever want to give up. Just because it's great now doesn't mean it can change in a heartbeat. We watched that happen with Joe Biden. Now to an update on a story we told you about yesterday. RFK Jr., I applauded him for canceling $550 million worth of contracts, 22 of them, related to that very dangerous mRNA technology used in what was dubbed the COVID vaccine. Turned out to be a very dangerous vaccine. By and large, every expert will tell you that it caused more harm than good. It helped spread the virus. And one day after we tell you about that, we learned this from President Trump. Now, President Trump, God bless him, Warp Speed, Operation Warp Speed, was a hell of an orchestration of government, okay? It just didn't turn out the way he hoped, but still, he's sticking to it. And I believe this is Big Pharma putting pressure on President Trump.
Operation Warp Speed was, whether you're Republican or Democrat, considered one of the most incredible things ever done in this country. The efficiency, the way it was done, the distribution, everything about it has been amazing. But, you know, that was now a long time ago.
That was President Trump talking about a meeting held today, a, quote, emergency meeting in the White House. This came directly after RFK Jr.'s announcement. I believe Big Pharma is now fighting back. And I'll tell you what, this is why you should watch this program, because we warned you that Big Pharma would fight back. I didn't know they could act this quickly. Watch this.
I think it's a shot across the bow and an opening salvo in a battle. Pharma's not going to take this lying down. And people like Senator Cassidy, who's the shill boy for Big Pharma, they're going to come, fighting back. But this is a brave and a bold move. It's a massive win, I think, because it's brought the conversation back into the Overton window.
The greatest thing to me about President Trump is he listens to the MAGA base. He understands what we want, what we don't want. He looks at the science. He makes an educated decision. What I would like all of you to do is either make an X post or a Truth Social post at the White House, at President Trump, saying you stand with RFK Jr. on the cancellation of these mRNA contracts. Do it in mass, because the other side is not laying down. They got the late night folks, at least for another couple weeks, I guess. This is Colbert.
Oh, there's bad news of fans of living, because Health Secretary RFK Jr. just pulled $500 million in funding for vaccine development. Now, we have 10 more months of this show, and I want to give a measured, nonpartisan response here. You roid out of Nepo County.
You see what he does? He leaves out the contracts for mRNA vaccines. He did not cancel contracts for the research and development of vaccines that can save lives. And I believe there are vaccines that will save lives and do. The mRNA vaccine is not one of them. Colbert, I've got something for you. You can, well, you know what? I can't do that on TV. They blurred it, right? How about this? Oogats. All right, you need to learn about Energized Health, folks, and intercellular hydration. Supercharge energy, boost your immune system, and dramatically increase your brain function. Look and feel years younger, all through a simple and natural process. Don't believe me? Go to EnergizedHealth.com and check out hundreds of amazing testimonials. Energized Health offers a 100% money-back guarantee. They're A+ rated and have helped thousands over 20 years. Go to EnergizedHealth.com. While you are there, check out their free masterclass. That is at EnergizedHealth.com. And remember, I lost 15 pounds with them in just 2 weeks. All right, there is a push in California's state assembly that not only just make it easier to traffic children, would literally make it easy to kidnap your child from their school. We'll get into this next.
Hello, my friend. Pat Boone here. You know our country's under financial assault like never before. Our government has put us $34 trillion in debt. The interest alone is more than we spend on military defense. And what's worse, other countries no longer believe the U.S. is a safe place to invest. there's a growing international movement to dump U.S. dollars at a record pace. Some economists say this may signal the end of the dollar. Now, these countries are instead buying gold, and I'm suggesting you do the same. My friends at Swiss America have been helping Americans like you and me for over 40 years to buy physical gold and silver for delivery to our homes or held in our IRAs. I've trusted Swiss America for nearly 25 years now, and you can trust them too. So don't wait. Call or text the number on your screen today for financial peace of mind in these troubling times.
Water, nature's ultimate cleaner. We drink it, we bathe in it. Think water, think steam, think clean. Now harness the power of water with the H2O X5 5-in-1 steam cleaning system.
I'm so impressed with the X5.
It's an all-in-one product. I can use it throughout my entire house.
It's cleaning, it's sanitizing. There's no chemicals in it. It's just steam.
This is unbelievable. There is no more odor.
5 minutes, I'm done. Look at that, it's amazing.
If you're ready to step into an effective, economical, and eco-safe world of cleaning, look no further than the H2O X5. Using just the power of superheated water, the X5 Super Hot Steam cleans and kills up to 99% of germs, viruses, and bacteria. You could spend over $500 to purchase the products that the X5 5-in-1 Miracle replaces. But through this special TV offer, you won't spend $400, $300, or even $200. Order your H2O X5 steam cleaning system, a $500 value, for just 4 easy payments of $43. You'll get the X5 steam mop with microfiber pad, the carpet glider, the handheld scrubber, the window glass and mirror attachment, and the garment and upholstery bonnet. It's a complete 10-piece system, all this for just 4 easy payments of $43. But it gets even better. Order now and we'll upgrade your X5 package. We'll add a 6th mode with a dusting and polishing wand. Valued at over $30, this extra bonus attachment makes your H2O X5 the H2O X6. That means your 10-piece system becomes a 12-piece system at no extra cost to you. If after 30 days you're not absolutely delighted, send it back for a full refund of the purchase price. Don't wait. Now's your chance to own the X5 for just 4 easy payments, and we'll make the first payment for you. You get the X5 incredible 5-in-1 lightweight, powerful 12-piece steam cleaning system, a $500 value, all for just 3 easy payments of $43. This offer can't last forever, so call or click right now.
Welcome back, everyone. We have very important news to tell you coming out of FBI headquarters. 2 more executive FBI agents have been dismissed, fired. Brian Driscoll, the former acting director of the FBI, and Steve Jensen, the acting director of the D.C. field office. Now, consider this. The D.C. field office and FBI headquarters was absolutely instrumental to the persecution of conservatives, specifically J6ers, and of course anybody associated with President Trump. It is long time coming that these two needed to leave. I applaud both Kash Patel, the director, and Dan Bongino, the deputy director of the FBI, for taking action against these two as they continue to root out those that not just disagree with President Trump's agenda, but root out those deep staters that were actively working against Americans. CNN responded to all of this, though. Watch.
He says that he doesn't have a reason, but there is a perception that this may be firings because these are people that were at odds with the Trump administration in one way or another, had worked on cases that Donald Trump doesn't like. Morale across the Bureau has been decimated, with Driscoll being the person pushing back for months and now being let go.
I'm going to ask you, again, an honest question. If you have a choice to believe her or me, because I've got lots of sources inside the FBI, including everyday agents. And when I tell you morale is not low, it's only low among recent hires of FBI agents that had a liberal bent to them. Amongst the old-time class and conservative class of the FBI, they love getting back to the rule of law and chasing criminals, not political foes of Hillary Clinton and Joe Biden and Barack Obama. Trust me on this one, all right? That woman does not know what she's talking about. Now we turn to California. Very scary bill is making its way through the State House. This is a California bill that would basically make it legal to steal a kid from school. Okay, this is what the bill says. It's a caregiver's authorization affidavit that you just have to sign in at school. Okay, and say, yes, this kid, I'm authorized to take them. You have to give a driver's license number, but the way I read it, you don't have to show it. This is Nicole, talking about the bill and the dangers of it.
Despite this, California wants to do something similar, but even worse. With just one sheet of paper from the internet, California wants to let someone that is not related to your child remove her from school, enroll her in any other school in the state, authorize any medical treatment of her, including mental health services and drugs, without the parent's notice and knowledge or consent. This is not fear-mongering. I'm not being hyperbolic. It's stated right here in the caretaker's affidavit.
Apparently, the thought is that if parents get deported, that they'll have no one to pick up their children at school. Here's a novel idea. Hey, if you're here illegally, why don't you go to the school and authorize a friend, a relative to pick your kid up? All you have to do is sign out a form. I've done it for my child, but I can tell you this. Years ago, when I was at the NRA, my son was threatened to be killed at school by a deranged anti-gun hater, okay? Now, can you imagine if someone could just go to school and pick up my kid because he hates Grant Stinchfield and what he has to say on Stinchfield Tonight? That's what they're offering up in California. Well, I want to bring in now the director of the political group Real Impact. Gina Gleason is with us. Gina, welcome to the program.
Glad to be with you.
Gina, not a lot of Republicans in Sacramento. So I'm not quite sure how you push back against this, but how is it going? Because this bill is going to put, I think, thousands of kids in danger.
Well, I have never seen as much attention as we are getting right now with AB 495. This bill has just raised alarms all over the country, not only in California, because it is so dangerous. And people really do have a hard time believing that this is real, that this authorization affidavit will make it so easy for someone to take your child and become their caregiver.
Do you have to show ID, or do you just have to write your ID in?
You do not have to show ID. You do not have to have the parent sign the affidavit. The school does not have to contact the parent to confirm that what this supposed fake caregiver is saying is really true. You can pretend to be a family member or a neighbor or anyone, and you can just walk away with this child.
All right, this is frightening. Let me play you a clip from Celeste Rodriguez. She is the co-signer to the bill, created the bill. Roll that, and we'll get you to respond, Gina.
The Family Preparedness Plan Act, a comprehensive and compassionate measure designed to prevent unnecessary family separation in our state. We know that due to current federal immigration enforcement actions, many families are living in fear. Parents are afraid that they may not be able to make it to pick up their children from school or childcare. Children worry that one day their family might simply be gone. No child should have to live with that uncertainty.
Gina, am I wrong? Can a parent not just go into school and fill out a form allowing a friend or colleague or family member to pick up their children? Why can't they just be proactive?
Well, you're absolutely right. This bill is so unnecessary. In California, the Education Code 234.7 says that a family member, whether they're here as immigrants or not, can communicate with the school authorities and say, I have a list of people who can pick my child up. It could be 3 people, 10 people, 50 people. It doesn't make any difference. The parent can communicate directly with any school authority, the daycare authority. This bill is completely unnecessary, and they have different motives, and I'd like to know what they are.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, in California, like most liberal states, government thinks they know what's best. Oh, the poor parents, they can't figure it out on their own to go and fill out a form at school. So we'll just let kidnappers come and take your kids. It's ridiculous. I know you're getting traction, though. My buddy, Pastor Jack Hibbs, who runs a great church out there in California, he posted this video of parents speaking out. I'm going to play it just so everybody at home knows these mama bears and papa bears are taking some action on all of this.
This is an urgent update on a horrific and demonic bill making its way through the California legislature.
Is being called the California legislators' trafficking bill.
You'll be able to sign a piece of paper and go to the school district and say, I want to take so-and-so kid out of school.
Any person, perfect stranger or not, to steal your children and then use the government to seal whatever happens next.
It is stomach churning, to say the least, Gina. I can't imagine a parent, the first time this happens, some stranger takes their kid. I'll give you the last word.
Well, we need to stand up as Californians, and we need to show that we oppose this bill. And what we're doing is organizing a rally at the state capitol steps on Tuesday, August the 19th at 1 p.m. We are asking every parent, grandparent, concerned citizen to join us in rallying against this bill. Once we do that, we'll have our speakers, Pastor Jack Hibbs, Heidi St. John, several others. And then once we finish that section of the program, we will lobby our legislators. And if you do not know how to lobby, we will train you.
Well, that's the way you get things done. Gina Gleason, thank you very much. Please keep us posted as we get closer to August 19th. Any way we can help, we're happy to do it.
Thank you.
All right, thank you as well. Parents, it's going to be up to you, especially you parents in California on this one. Again, got to take action. All right, folks, if you're stressed about back taxes, missed the April deadline, or have messy books, do not wait. The IRS is cracking down hard, and penalties can add up fast. But Tax Network USA can help. With direct access to powerful IRS programs and expert negotiators, Tax Network USA knows how to win. Get your free consultation and see if you qualify to reduce or eliminate what you owe. They can also help protect you from wage garnishments or bank levies. So don't wait for the next IRS letter. Call 1-800-905-8000 or visit tnusa.com/RAV to talk to a real expert at Tax Network USA. Did Tulsi Gabbard confirm the existence of aliens? Maybe.
Thinking about long-term care? Think AMAC. Rosemark Advisors, the financial division of AMAC, specializes in alternative solutions for long-term care planning. We help AMAC members prepare for future healthcare needs without compromising their retirement goals or financial security. But that's not all AMAC has to offer. AMAC is America's leading conservative advocacy and benefits organization. So when it comes to long-term care and so much more, think AMAC.
Is your body ready for summer?
We're gonna build a body you can be proud of. You just give me 30 minutes a day for 21 days, and I promise you, the weight will come off.
This is 21 Day Fix, the perfect program to get you summer ready.
I am in perfect shape for my bikini.
I had that sexy little beef.
Get simple fitness, simple nutrition, fast results in just 21 days.
Get ready for summer with 21 Day Fix. This week, try it free at 21dayfix.com. That's 21dayfix.com.
Tired of the hassle and high costs of selling a home? We can help. At Ideal Agent, we'll connect you with a top local agent that'll sell your home fast for top dollar, and all this for as low as a 2% commission.
We got the top dollar for our house and the lowest commission that I could have imagined. The house sold in 2 days. It was so exciting for us.
Ideal Agent is available nationwide, there's no obligation, and best of all, our service is completely free. Call today or visit idealagent.com.
Rav Family, from the group who brought you the hit songs 81 Million Votes, My Ass, MAGA Nation, and Trader Joe, comes a brand new single. Daddy Trump is available everywhere, and we need you to make some noise. Go download it on iTunes, and let's run it up to #1 on the charts for President Trump.
So I just want to thank everybody very much. Thank you.
Get ready. You're about to get bombed by the Truth Bomber.
Didn't raise y'all, but I had to step up.
Put the Ayatollah on a no-cap checkup. He calls me Daddy Trump. NATO knows what's up. Why they play pretend, I call they bluff. Kim and Vlad acting bad, throwing fits on the floor. BB screaming from the back, saying, Daddy, there's a war. I walk in like Sunday school.
Do you suffer in pain? Are you stiff, tense, or less active? Introducing the Easy Well Remedy Massage System, a triple fusion of therapeutic experiences. Full body vibrational therapy increases blood circulation and reduces inflammation. Infrared heat penetrates deep to reduce pain, soothe, and relax. The Ultra Shiatsu pillow with 6 heated nodes mimics a professional massage. Plus, it's detachable for deep relief anywhere you need it. Experience the true remedy for your pain and stiffness. Call now.
Welcome back, everyone. So the United States, under the leadership of President Trump, has plans now to put a nuclear reactor on the moon. Why would we do this? Well, one, it would support life on the moon, meaning humans to explore it and possibly explore Mars as a leapfrog to there, because the sun for solar power, it doesn't shine enough on the moon. This is an important step. Will it happen? Here's Sean Duffy.
So this is not a new concept. This has been discussed under Trump 1, under Biden. But we are in the race. We're in a race to the moon, in a race with China to the moon. And to have a base on the moon, we need energy. And some of the key locations on the moon, we're going to get solar power.
It'd be pretty fabulous if we can do this. And you better believe Russia and China are both racing to do this. But the first country that puts that nuclear reactor on the moon really claims it, in my opinion. We'll see how it plays out. It's fascinating stuff. Next, keeping it about space, aliens. I've got an open mind to all of this. I've seen some pretty crazy stuff over the last couple of years with the things that have been released. Tulsi Gabbard, Director of National Intelligence, was asked about this on Pod Force One podcast. Listen to her question and response about aliens.
So, I mean, is there anything, we've had some declassification of some very strange videos that look like they are, unidentified flying objects. Is there anything in the files that you think you could find or you have found?
Nothing that I'm prepared to talk about today.
Nothing you're prepared to talk about. That means, yes, I found something, and I can't tell you, which only makes me more curious. Tulsi Gabbard again.
We are I'm just going to say this. We're continuing to look for the truth and share that truth with the American people.
Now, remember the drones over New Jersey and the East Coast? I told you I don't think we got the truth when they came up with this idea that, this was exercises, when they were telling us it wasn't exercises. So continuing to look for the truth, if she's talking about the drones, means we didn't get the truth. So what does all this mean? I want to bring in now to discuss this Chief Archivist for the National UFO Historical Records Center, Barry Roth, is with us. Barry, welcome to the program.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
All right, Barry. So what do you think when you hear Tulsi Gabbard there?
Well, I think in her position as Director of National Intelligence, there's not a lot she's going to divulge. I mean, is there information that she's reading that's quite remarkable? And, the evidence that we have nowadays is pretty much anecdotal. There is no physical trace evidence. Nobody can hold up a piece of a UFO and say, look, it's non-terrestrial in nature, and these are materials that don't exist on Earth. So I'm sure she's reading about information. She's been read into certain information that it's very exciting. And I imagine she would like to talk about it, but she can't. And I certainly respect that. And, who knows what the future holds in any kind of disclosure coming from the government.
All right. So your organization collects all of this stuff, and we've had big releases over the last few months, maybe a year or so, which have been fascinating. What do you make of the releases? What do you make of the drones recently, and your overall stance on potential life out there?
Well, to talk about the drones, I mean, the White House did announce that according to the FAA, these New Jersey drones were being done for further investigations of various things. I don't know what that means. Either did Tulsi Gabbard, and certainly the politicians in New Jersey didn't understand what that meant either. Drones flying around aren't unusual. I mean, there was that big event that occurred from 2019 to 2020 in southwestern Nebraska and northeastern Colorado. There was up to 19 drones flying around the area in formation, and they seem to be doing a grid pattern search. I've always said that if you really want to know who's flying the drones, simply follow them till they land and look who picks them up. I mean, we have the technology to do that. So I just find it maybe a little humorous that we haven't been able to figure that out, who is actually retrieving the drones once it lands. But at the Archive Center, we have the largest collection of various UFO files in the United States. We've got NICAP, an organization from the 50s, Civilian Research and the National Investigation Committee on Aerial Phenomena, CUFOS, the Center for UFO Studies, started by J. Allen Hynek, who was the original scientific advisor for Project Blue Book. We've got Project Blue Book files. Also, we've got APRO, the Aerial Phenomena Research Organization. So it's quite a collection.
All right. So when you look at all of this, because I think everybody at home thinks, all right, here's Barry Roth. He's the archivist for this UFO thing. Oh, he must believe in aliens and all this stuff. But, I've found in this community that people are either very skeptical or they're asking questions or they're in search of the truth. Do you have an inclination of where you stand? Have we been visited by life from other planets or galaxies?
There's nothing I can prove. I mean, the biggest skeptics out there are true ufologists, because 85% of what comes in as reports are prosaic in nature. 9 to 10% are insufficient data or it's hoaxed. And then it's the 5 or 6% we're interested in because we know what it's not. We just don't know what it is. And that's not to say it's alien in nature. It could be military black ops. We don't know. It could be adversarial. We just know we don't know what it is. And it's the flight characteristics are highly unusual. There's no flight surfaces that are on these products and machinery that's seen in the sky. Look, there's a lot of great cases. Only 7% of the population bothers to actually go online and report a UFO. And according to the Mutual UFO Network statistics, we get about 500 reports in the United States a month, which means there's probably about 7,000 sightings a month. 500 are being reported. 95% of all the reports that come in the world come into the United States, but yet we only represent 5% of the population. So you extrapolate that out. There's a lot of sightings that are going on. There is really good anecdotal evidence, I can tell you, that you will scratch your head and look at a mass witness sightings. There is physical trace evidence, military pilots, military intrusions, missile shutdowns, pilot sightings, law enforcement.
Yeah, well, from the pilots and the military pilots, and I've heard audio, radio traffic of them. To me, it's some of the most compelling because these guys don't have any inclination to lie, and they're up there, and they know what they would see is something normal or not. But I'm fascinated by it all. If you ever get the goods on this, Barry Roth, will you please call me and bring it to us right away, okay, my friend?
Well, I can tell you we are in discussions right now with a division of the DOD and a division of the DOJ. More to come in the next about 30 to 45 days on how that pans out.
All right. Well, I'm going to make sure our staff stays in touch with you. We appreciate you coming on and talking about this. It's a topic that fascinates really everybody. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. All right, folks. Mike Huckabee confirms aliens. No, he doesn't. He confirms President Trump will not stand in Israel's way should they decide to take over Gaza. That's what Bibi wants to do. We'll talk about it next.
Water, nature's ultimate cleaner. We drink it. We bathe in it. Think water, think steam, think clean. Now harness the power of water with the H2O X5 5-in-1 steam cleaning system.
I'm so impressed with the X5. It's an all-in-one product. I can use it throughout my entire house.
It's cleaning, it's sanitizing, there's no chemicals in it. It's just steam.
This is unbelievable. There is no more odor.
5 minutes, I'm done. Look at that, it's amazing.
If you're ready to step into an effective, economical, and eco-safe world of cleaning, look no further than the H2O X5. Using just the power of superheated water, the X5 Super Hot Steam cleans and kills up to 99% 99% of germs, viruses, and bacteria. You could spend over $500 to purchase the products that the X5 5-in-1 Miracle replaces. But through this special TV offer, you won't spend $400, $300, or even $200. Order your H2O X5 steam cleaning system, a $500 value, for just 4 easy payments of $43. You'll get the X5 steam mop with microfiber pad, the carpet glider, the handheld scrubber, the window glass and mirror attachment, and the garment and upholstery bonnet. It's a complete 10-piece system, all this for just 4 easy payments of $43. But it gets even better. Order now and we'll upgrade your X5 package. We'll add a 6th mode with a dusting and polishing wand. Valued at over $30, this extra bonus attachment makes your H2O X5 the H2O X6. That means your 10-piece system becomes a 12-piece system at no extra cost to you. If after 30 days you're not absolutely delighted, send it back for a full refund of the purchase price. Don't wait. Now's your chance to own the X5 for just 4 easy payments, and we'll make the first payment for you. You get the X5 incredible 5-in-1 lightweight, powerful 12-piece steam cleaning system, a $500 value, all for just 3 easy payments of $43. This offer can't last forever, so call or click right now.
This right here is confidence in a bottle. It makes me feel so much more confident than I've ever felt.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face. And what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes. And I did this to my father. We were at home, so we applied it to his under eye bags, and let me tell you, we were so excited. In under 10 minutes, they visibly disappeared from view, and now it is literally part of both of our daily routines. And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles.
At our $14.95 price, it's the best way to try Plexaderm and see it work after your first application. Call the number on your screen.
Call 1-800-854-0295.
Welcome back, everyone. The Bureau of Labor Statistics. They have been getting it wrong for a long time. President Trump fired the leader of the Bureau of Labor Statistics. Why would he do that? This is our good money man, Stephen Moore.
I was telling the president that he did the right thing in calling for a new head of the Bureau of Labor Statistics, because this shows that over the last 2 years of the Biden administration, the BLS overestimated job creation by 1.5 million jobs. Mr. President, that's a gigantic error.
You hear what he said during the Biden administration? You'd get, there was an increase in jobs this month, and the media would go crazy. And then the next month, we've revised the numbers. We actually lost 250,000 jobs last month. And the media would never cover that. So you heard what Stephen Moore just said. 1.5 million overestimation of jobs. Of course they're getting it wrong. President Trump responded.
It might not have been an error. That's the bad part. If it was an error, it would be one thing. I don't think it's an error. I think they did it purposely.
Whether that, you may well be right, but even if it wasn't purposefully, it's incompetence.
Right.
On purpose, incompetent, get him wrong. This is about taking America back, making it great again. And President Trump's on the way. The average American family right now, their income has increased by $1,100. Much of that is due to inflation coming down, wages going up. Stephen Moore again.
But what's really amazing is look what happened under Biden. The lowest income group lost income under Biden. They were poor 4 years after Biden's presidency. No gain virtually whatsoever for the middle class. And the rich was the only group that did better under Biden, which is ironic because Biden keeps saying he was trying to get rid of income inequality. He made income inequality worse, not better.
So the Democrats literally screaming and yelling about poor getting poorer and the rich getting richer under Republicans, and that is exactly what happened under Democrat rule. And here we are, middle class, roaring back under President Trump. God bless you, sir. I tell you what, I really do. And Stephen Moore, he's become a great friend of mine. Great work there in the Oval Office with the president today. Now to Israel. Speaking of President Trump doing great work, this guy deserves a Nobel Peace Prize. He really does. Bibi Netanyahu is going on the offensive. There is no doubt about it. He says he will take over Gaza, and the reason he will do it is to protect Gazans from Hamas. Hamas that is stealing their food and starving them to death.
Will Israel take control of all of Gaza?
We intend to, in order to assure our security, remove Hamas there, enable the population to be free of Gaza, and to pass it to civilian governance. That is not Hamas and not anyone advocating the destruction of Israel. That's what we want to do. We want to liberate ourselves and liberate the people of Gaza.
Listen to me, folks. I know that conservatives are split on this issue. You know me, I'm a supporter of Israel, and I will never apologize for that. But I want all of you who are now so angry with Israel, you may have all your complaints about Israel, and even if you took it at face value, say you're right on all of it, okay, which I don't think you are, but say you are. You don't want to support Hamas, and by turning your back on Israel right now, literally empowers Hamas and the rest of the world. You know what Hamas would love to happen to you, to me, to my son, to your kids. They would love to march us out on a beach, put us on our knees, and lop our heads off. That's what Hamas wants. They aren't tolerant of America. They want radical Islam spread throughout the world. Israel is pushing back on that. Now, I would offer up, don't hate Israel. Israel has been an ally for us in the Middle East, brings stability into that region. Arab nations also need to step up and help. But in the end, cut Israel some slack, okay? Because when you don't, the terrorists are winning. And that's the bottom line. All right, the lefts complain about Sydney Sweeney, but they look like this. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't understand what I'm trying to say here. We'll talk about that guy in the blue cap. It's not going to be good when we come back.
To avoid digital threats, just turn on NordVPN. Improve your protection against trackers, malicious websites, and malware-ridden downloads. Get the deal now.
How does the world's most trusted dog expert keep his own dog so healthy?
Hi, I am Cesar Milan. In my 20 years rehabilitating dogs, I've seen too many struggle with health problems that no amount of training could fix. Then I discovered it wasn't the dog, it was their food. Fortunately, I found veterinarian Dr. Marty's anti-kibble breakthrough.
Nature's Blend is packed with whole foods that are freeze-dried, locking in nutrients.
I saw remarkable improvements in my dogs within weeks.
Try Dr. Marty risk-free for 90 days. Plus, get a free gift when you call or visit drmartypets.com/Caesar.
Why aren't you getting results? Random workouts, overtraining muscles, completely missing others, wasted time. Don't do that. Do this. This is 25 Minute Speed Train. Follow me for just 25 minutes a day, 7 days a week, with minimal equipment, and get actual results.
Look at the definition. I didn't have these arms at high school.
Subscribe to Body in the next 24 hours for less than 50 cents a day and get 25 Minute Speed Train free at bodywithaneye.com.
Tired of the hassle and high costs of selling a home? We can help. At Ideal Agent, we'll connect you with a top local agent that'll sell your home fast for top dollar, and all this for as low as a 2% commission.
We got the top dollar for our house and the lowest commission that I could have imagined. The house sold in 2 days. It was so exciting for us.
Ideal Agent is available nationwide, there's no obligation, and best of all, our service is completely free. Call today or visit idealagent.com.
The bathroom of your dreams is only a phone call away with BCI Bath and Shower. We can make your ordinary bath and shower extraordinary. This is not a cookie cutter design. This is a complete custom build that will fit your every need, and discounts for seniors and military.
Hey, Real America's Voice family.
Are you on Getter yet? No?
What are you waiting for?
It's free.
It's uncensored, and it's where all the biggest voices in conservative media are speaking out.
Download the Getter app right now. It's totally free. It's where I put up exclusively all of my content 24 hours a day. You want to know what Steve Bannon's thinking? Go to Getter.
That's right. You can follow all of your favorites. Steve Bannon, Charlie Kirk, Jack Posobiec,
and so many more.
And the best part?
You can watch Real America's Voice right there on Getter.
Live.
So join the conversation.
Hop on the Getter chat room.
Engage with patriots who are just like you.
Good morning, Getter friends.
We're breaking news, we're delivering the truth,
and we're doing it on Getter
every single day.
So don't wait. Download the Getter app now.
Sign up for free and be part of the movement.
It isn't just an app. It isn't just a social media platform. It's a community.
Okay, folks, I'm about to show you a woman who is not transgender. She actively grew a beard and then is complaining about something you gotta wonder why she's complaining about this.
But no, generally you'll see, oh, she's strong, she's, you know, what she's talking about is very powerful, whatever people say. But then at home, I'm very quiet, you know, I'm very feminine, I'm very soft. People don't get to see that side of me, you know. But no, it has been difficult. Where I wanted to be married and have kids, I would never be a single mom. That's not what I've ever wanted.
Oh, she's having problems getting a date. Go figure. It's bad enough, ladies, when you don't shave your legs or your armpits. But growing a beard is not going to get you guys. I promise you that, okay? That's my dating advice for the ladies tonight. That's it for Stinchfield. Stinchfield.
August 7th. Real America's Voice. Glad you're in, everybody. Aaron holding it down on her own tonight. Fran's off. Big D. Spinning the tunes. Not Harry on the highway.
Nope.
Not Fran.
Nope.
Just me.
Just you.
Big D. And you're going to hear some, well, music that you haven't heard in a while tonight, probably.
Are we getting some Dilbert?
No, we can't.
Because you understand?
First of all, it's Delbert.
Well, he got arrested.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did.
And we can't play him because of the copyright strike. So Rick Delgado's going to do the news. Slick's going to do sports. Slick will be here, coming from his chamber meeting tonight. He'll be here in a little bit. He texted us. Vinny Mac's here. He's going to do some news as well. Vincent Kennedy Buta, how are you?
Is that your...
I have no idea where these come from. Vincent Kennedy Beauty. Well, I'll take that. I'm doing quite well. I just landed, as you know. It's about a half hour, about 45 minutes ago. And this big, burly guy sat next to me, and I fell asleep the first hour of the trip, and I woke up just drooling. I must have been snoring and drooling, and this guy just sat there and took it.
Yeah.
I was embarrassed. But it was a good flight.
How was wherever you were?
It was great. You know, I just was down at the Palm Beach studio. People really great there. We got a great team down there, as you know. Met with the owner. He's loving our show. You know, all good stuff.
That would be the Zen Master.
That is, exactly.
Do you refer to him as the Zen Master when you're around him? You should.
I just say, hi, owner.
That's also acceptable, but... Zen Master would be better.
Yeah, Zen Master's a good idea. I'm going to pick that up.
Well, I named him then. I mean, he denies that, but it's just a fact.
I'm just going to call him Z.
Okay.
Hey, Z.
I'm not sure he's going to like that.
You know who I saw in the airport, by the way?
Ted Nugent.
No, not Ted Nugent. The airport here. I got off the plane, walking through
the airport here.
The ice slip.
Harry on the highway.
Harry on the highway.
No, the young girl who was on with us Friday. You remember she did?
Emma.
Emma, yeah.
From Hillsdale College.
She was there with her dad, and
is she going back to school?
They're just going to visit some relatives, and they were like, "Oh, hey, Vinny Mac, what's happening?" I'm like, "Yeah, wow."
Oh, he's turning into Slick.
See you Friday. See you Friday.
Somebody came. This is somebody who came to the warehouse.
Yeah, she was a guest. Her and her dad came down to the warehouse Friday night for the Friday night show. She was the last person that Kevin Downey Jr. pulled up to say a few words, and quite the energetic young lady.
Yeah, I hear you say Hillsdale
College.
Well, then she had to have her what together.
Yeah, she definitely had her what together, and she had her head on straight. You know, about what she wanted to do and how she sees things going, and so much so that she was in the final 2 segments with KDJ.
We would have had another segment if we went to another hour, I think. She was great, David. You got to look at go to the videotape.
Well, you don't go to Hillsdale if there's any question about, having your head on straight and having your, kind of know what time it is, because that's all they do there.
Yep.
And it's just always weird to me that it's in like communist Michigan.
Right,
or someplace.
Yeah, Kevin was pointing that out. He's like, so how is it over there? She's like, well, we have a little, she described it almost like this very nice enclave of normal people and the wackos on the outside.
Exactly. That must be exactly what it is. And Hillsdale is, a beacon of freedom in a place where there's not much of it.
Yeah, she wants to pursue journalism as well.
Okay.
So who knows? You might see her kicking around again.
She gives us hope.
Yeah.
For young people, like your son, who's part of that. Young people who actually got it together and can articulate it.
Yeah, my son knows what time it is.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that.
Dad, it's 7:15.
He knows what time it is. Yeah. Do you know he went to get his physical yesterday because he's going to Sacred Heart, obviously, here in a couple weeks? Man, I can't believe it's a couple weeks. He's going to be gone.
Oh, man. Yeah.
And I was thinking back in 1990 when I left my house, I never went back. Could this be it?
Could be it.
This could be it. This could be it. Bye. See you later. I'm out.
Oh, my God. You were like the Jeffersons, huh? You're moving on up.
Man, he's moving on out, going to Sacred Heart. And so anyways, he got his physical. Do you know he came back he's 6'6".
Now he's 6'6"?
And his growth chart is still on an upwards. It has not flattened out yet.
He has another growth spurt coming, probably at like 20 or 21.
I don't know, but the doctor who we've been with since he was born, and by the way, amazing to think kids have been with him for so long, because it took about 4, maybe more like 5 or 6 pediatricians back in 2007 to find him. Because everybody we walked into to discuss the vaccine schedule.
Right.
And five or 6 out of the 7 or 8 we went to, there was no discussion to be had. It was a quick visit.
Yeah.
Well, no, we have to stick to the schedule. Oh, really? Okay, well, see you later. Next.
You later. Nice knowing you.
And then we found this guy, and he was an old timer. I don't say an old timer, but he was a seasoned pro. Maybe that's a better way to put it.
Thank you.
Even back then.
Yeah.
And he was willing to have the discussion. Didn't necessarily agree, or it wouldn't have been his choice, but he understood the logic. He understood where we came from, and he was willing to work with us on not in our estimation, overloading the kids with shots and mercury and thimerosal and all these other things that I was concerned about and would still be concerned about if I was a new parent.
That's a good move, though. You challenged it right away, huh?
Yeah, we weren't going to take any other answers.
Wow.
We knew that there was a path that he could have the same protection that every other kid had, but instead of getting 27 shots, he could have gotten 11 or whatever it was.
Right.
Over the first 5 or 6 years of his life to be able to get ready for elementary school.
Wow.
And he was the only one who was willing to say, okay, well, yeah, we could do that. You can get 1 MMR instead of 3, and you can get, 1 of this instead of 3 if you do it this way or whatever. So he was willing to have the conversation, and most were not. And by the way, most of the young ones were not at all. Huh. They were too afraid to, obviously.
That's the way they're trained.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't know anything else.
That's amazing. He's 6'6".
But yeah, he goes back to him now at 6'6". Now it's been a long time.
I was like 6'2" back in the 70s when I had the disco hair going back. Yeah, I think it was like that.
Yeah, 6'2". Now back down to about what, 5'8"?
Now back to
yeah. All right.
5'10". Okay.
And my daughter's 5'11".
Yeah.
With the heels, 6.
Thank you. I don't wear heels.
So
not yet.
No, not today. You haven't.
Slick does.
Slick wears heels.
He does.
He does. I know he does.
All right. So, anyways, it's a Thursday night. Real America's Voice, 103.9 LI News Radio. Glad you're all in wherever you're listening. Lots to do. So I don't know. We didn't talk about this, but it caught my attention. It just, I guess, because of the Sydney Sweeney stuff, hot going on. Obviously, I noticed the news. The full-blown, now almost completed destruction of the once career of Howard Stern. Couldn't happen to a nicer guy.
Couldn't happen to it.
What a
nicer
Tiny
guy.
Tim looking hook-nosed doofus. Howard Stern. I used to be Howard Stern. 20 million listeners.
Yeah.
Went to Sirius, signed a $500 million contract. Obviously, one of the, changed the way radio was listened to, him and Imus. Back in the day, always going at it when they were together at WNBC.
WNBC.
And then, obviously, he went to Sirius. Imus went to TV and MSNBC, and then we know what happened there as he got fired. And then he went to Fox Business. But those two names were synonymous with morning radio. And Stern, of course, in 2020, I think he may have dressed up as a vaccine for Colbert's deal that he did on his show. That's how into it he was.
Yeah.
And that's how into COVID he was, and blasting people like us,
normal people,
into submission and how crazy we all were. And he ran with that for 3 years, thinking that was going to help him with his audience. And then, of course, topped it off with deciding that Hillary Clinton was going to be his girl.
Mm-hmm.
And then, obviously, Biden after that. And that ended up with him now having no job because Sirius said, you have no listeners anymore.
And then telling Trump voters, if you vote for Trump, don't listen to my show. Remember that one?
That went over well.
What a 180, man. You were in the radio biz, man. You know what's happening there. I remember early days commuting in my car, listening to Imus in the morning, and then Stern on the way home. And it was just fantastic, the NBC days, and then the K-Rock days, right? The best. He was, the blue collar middle class guy, right, defending the firemen, the police department, defending the regular guy, all the uptight people. He was goofing on a regular basis, and he turned into
exactly what he railed against.
Exactly,
all
man.
Those years. He turned into a nagging old grandma. And now he looks like one, too.
Does.
It's amazing, especially with the
Is that hair
COVID stuff.
Real?
I don't know. I don't think so. But with the COVID stuff, he went so overboard. He sequestered himself into his Hamptons home.
Yep.
Had a studio put there, so he didn't have to come into the studio, so he didn't have to be around anybody because he didn't want to touch anybody. He was a lunatic.
He moved to the Hamptons and changed. That I don't know what affected the whole change, but he just completely changed.
He changed a lot sooner than that. He just kept it very well hidden.
Yeah, you think so? Yeah.
Yeah, because there was a time when, the show I was on, the Opie and Anthony show, we were in afternoons.
Yep.
He was in mornings. We worked for the same company. He went to the boss. He went to Mel. Those guys aren't allowed to talk about me.
Oh, that's right. Mel was his guy,
can't
right?
say his name. You can't refer to the radio station. Can't say anything. So
what a jerk.
Yeah. So we had and Anthony did a phenomenal Howard Stern impression. So he would be like, hoo. He's not allowed to laugh like me.
Oh, my goodness.
Stuff like that.
The opposite of what Howard was about.
Exactly. Everything that he says he turned into not being.
Yeah. He's a putz.
He was great, though, I have to say. I mean, I loved his show.
Sure.
I was a huge Imus fan, and I was a huge Stern fan. I went to see the movie. I thought the movie was great.
Thought the movie was good.
And, there's so many funny bits in there that he did. To see him turn like this, it's just terrible. Yeah. But, hey, good kudos to Sirius, for 86 in the guy. Enough.
Yeah. I mean, 500 million? Renew?
Yeah.
You have no listeners anymore.
Yeah.
I saw numbers. I can't even believe these numbers are real. And obviously, I don't like Stern. But I saw numbers down in the 100,000s of listeners. He used to have 20 million.
Yeah. Well, the high point was on regular radio. He never achieved the numbers I think that they had hoped he would once he went to Sirius because it just wasn't there. People were like, it's not free. I can't get it.
He lost me, too, in that transition. So.
All right, 12 minutes past the hour, live from Studio 6B. Lots to do on a busy Thursday. Slick's here. Going to come on in and do some sports. Get ready for the NFL season, college football season, odds makers. We're getting closer. We'll talk about all that.
Yep.
Delgado's going to have the news. Vinnie Mac's going to have some news as well. Aaron holding it down on her own tonight. Lots to do. We're back right after this.
In an instant, these families lost everything. Elderly, children went from having homes to having everything destroyed. The International Fellowship of Christians and Jews is on the ground to provide food and shelter and emergency supplies.
Has God given you a heart for Israel? Your prayers and help are urgently needed. An emergency gift of $45 will help thousands of elderly and families with desperately needed food.
Zelda was here when the missile hit just a block away. Her whole body is bruised and wounded. And it's very clear that Zelda is in no condition to find ways to get food.
Call or go online now to let Israel know you're praying and helping provide emergency aid.
It's all for you.
Food is critical, and so is shelter from attack. The Israeli government has asked the fellowship to urgently place 1,000 mobile bomb shelters immediately.
You can place a mobile bomb shelter in Israel right now. All we need is for you to enable us to buy the shelters. Thanks. Shelters that are proven to save lives.
This is our moment to take a stand, to show the world that Christians will not be silent. When we bless Israel, we stand against hatred, and we become part of God's plan to defend his people.
This is our moment when we can stand up and align ourselves with the Word of God to help to relieve the suffering of Jews who are under threat of attack even now.
My friends, now there are more needs than ever before. The destruction is unprecedented. Don't wait until tomorrow. Please act now.
A heart attack? Do they have life insurance?
No.
But we have life insurance. John.
I'm trying to find something we can afford.
Fortunately, in only a few minutes, SelectQuote found John a $500,000 policy for only $29 a month. And his wife Anne a $500,000 policy for only $21 a month. Go to SelectQuote.com now and get the insurance your family needs
at a price you can afford. SelectQuote. We shop, you save.
Do you suffer in pain? Are you stiff, tense, or less active? Introducing the Easy Well Remedy Massage System, a triple fusion of therapeutic experiences. Full body vibrational therapy increases blood circulation and reduces inflammation. Infrared heat penetrates deep to reduce pain, soothe, and relax. The Ultra Shiatsu pillow with 6 heated nodes mimics a professional massage. Plus, it's detachable for deep relief anywhere you need it. Experience the true remedy for your pain and stiffness. Call now.
Hey, how about that now? 17 past the hour, live from Studio 6B, Real America's Voice. 103.9 LI News Radio on a Thursday night. Glad you're in, everybody. Remember, tomorrow night we will be, as we always are on Friday nights, at the America First Warehouse. Right here in Suffolk County, Long Island. So if you're listening to us on 103.9 LI News Radio, make sure you come on down if you've got nothing to do on a Friday night. It's a great way to spend your Friday night. The crowds have been getting better and better and better and more energetic and more into what we're doing. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Now, we have no Fran tomorrow night. Corey, I believe, is going to be sitting in with Aaron. So I don't know if we're going to be able to pre-show it.
Oh, come on. I've been working on all sorts of music.
Yeah, we're definitely not going to be pre-showing it.
I got my Sharona. I got your Sharona. I got their Sharona. I got a lot of different versions of Sharona. Okay?
You can save your Sharona for later.
Yeah. So me and Aaron have to have a big powwow and talk about and think about whether we're going to be able to do this tomorrow night with because Fran's not here.
Oh, that's right. Fran's not here.
Going to be one of those one-word discussions.
Yeah.
No.
That's a lot of fun.
Yeah, pretty much.
Aaron,
we'll try.
Don't agree and just say pretty much.
We'll try.
So
I can't guarantee it'll happen.
R.D. Bull says, I didn't know Delgado was Puerto Rican. Neither does he, though, R.D. Bull, so don't worry.
He's sort of Rican.
Yeah, he's sort of Rican.
He doesn't speak a little English.
He's sort of Rican.
He's sort of Rican. That's what he is. So,
pass the plantains, please.
But if you are on 103.9 LI News Radio here, Suffolk County, Long Island, you can hear our voice. Come on down to the America First Warehouse, man. It's a good time on Friday night. We're live at 8 on Real America's Voice, so you can come see the show live. You can come see what we do during the breaks, what we do before, what we do after. Joe the Box and his crew. It's a great crew. Great time.
Weird, wacky stuff.
Great space. If you haven't seen the warehouse, come on. I mean, what are you waiting for?
That's the place.
Come on down. I'll take you for a ride in Joe's Corvette. I can spin around. You see when we close the show, I was in that black Corvette. That was crazy. That was Aaron's idea. Excellent idea from Aaron. Joe and I jumped in the cars. They were fading out. He had his flag. He was in the passenger seat. Slick was in the driver's seat. And they did a shot. Well, you should watch the show. It's a nice show.
Well, I was dying, Slick. I don't know if you're aware.
You're back now. Let's go. We know you. Then you came back.
Tune in once in a while. It's a nice show.
I mean,
you might like it.
You make it sound like I was nothing. You're like,
no, well, we knew you.
No, I was almost dead.
We weren't worried about you at all. We weren't. Well, apparently, your family neither. They all head to the city.
I know. Let him. Honey, are you okay? What's it? 103.5? Oh, you'd be fine. We're gonna go to the city.
You do 103.9 on the radio.
There's tacos in the refrigerator.
Yeah, I almost matched the radio in reverence.
I told him that they were cracking up.
To my friend John Cracchiola, I almost matched the radio call numbers. I was 103.7. The radio was 103.9. So,
man.
Yeah. All right. Anyways, so are you ready to do sports, Slick, or need some time?
I can do it. I can
well, before we get to sports, Slick, I'll give you a couple more minutes because I do have some bad news for everybody. It's been nice knowing everybody.
Oh, what happened?
Hello.
They're cutting the show short again tonight?
No. Okay. But I just want to say it's been nice knowing you all.
Okay.
And Vin, it's been fun doing this since 2015 together, even though you took some time off.
It's been amazing.
Delgado and Slick, it's been good doing this since 2020 because we're all, I think, pretty much dead.
Fired.
Oh, we are?
Aaron, I don't know if you can throw this up, but this was in the New York Post tonight.
Oh.
Did we make the Post?
No.
And I just want to let you all know, Manhattan-sized interstellar object could be alien probe here to destroy us.
Well, yeah.
Harvard scientist.
Yeah, we covered that last week.
Okay. Well, I think it's gotten closer.
Well, yeah, it's getting closer.
We have a media showers this weekend.
I think it's still out by Uranus.
It was.
It was out pretty far.
You want to rectify that for him?
Yeah. It was out pretty far last week.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard that story though. Meteor or alien? Well, how do they determine that it could be an alien craft?
Because the speed changed.
Really?
Yeah. Though I don't know how they could detect the speed change from way back here. So.
Hey, there's an alien right there. There's an alien for you.
Well, he says a comet wouldn't glow like this in the front. So the glow is coming from the front.
You got the headlights on.
No, he said usually comets, you see the tail trailing behind the object.
But you would think coming from the front, that's where the heat, when they when we have the shuttle or something comes back into the atmosphere, they go a certain direction and it heats up from the front. That's probably what they're looking at. Mm-hmm. It's not like it's going to have the rear engines on.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Well, Dr. Loeb here, he's got it figured out, though. He's really done the research and he's come to this very scientific conclusion. It may come here to save us, or it may come here to destroy us. So, I mean,
good.
That sounds like pretty much.
It's a good hypothesis.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I mean, that's pretty much giving you what you want.
Doctor,
you're either going to live or you're going to die.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like the weatherman. It's either going to be nice or it's going to rain.
Tonight's forecast, dark mostly through tonight.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys are not Slick. Are you worried about this?
Nope.
Okay. Delgado. Well, no, you're not worried. You're like having a party.
Yeah.
Right, I'm ready.
Okay, you're ready. And Vin, are you ready to the alien probe to be here to destroy us?
I would be excited to meet another life form.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Excellent.
One of Delgado's relatives.
Some would say you do that on Facebook every night, but okay.
I meet a lot of life forms.
All right. Very good. All right. Let's do some sports. Sports is brought to you by Mike Lindell. LFS6B is the promo code to use. I used our own promo code when getting my son all of his stuff for his college betting.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
And I'm expecting it to arrive here before we leave for Sacred Heart, so I can't wait.
Did you buy many?
He'll have the most comfortable bed at school.
Did you buy many Vinnie Mac merchandise?
No. Is there Vinnie Mac merchandise?
There is. Yeah, your son could look. I think he'd look really good.
What do you have for Vinnie Mac merchandise?
I have incredible hats and T-shirts and workout clothes and sweatshirts. Yeah. You want to work out?
What are you working out?
What is it, a onesie?
I'll give you something. That's right.
We got a boxing glove?
Yeah, you can do some squat thrusts and the stuff that I'm offering here for the workout.
You'd have to work out childhood issues with that stuff.
Okay. Do you have any from my size?
I'm not sure.
I do not know that.
If the inventory goes to that, we do have a Herman Munster line that actually could fit.
Oh.
We have big stuff, XXX or large. Like, what are you? An XX?
He's a 5X.
Well, I'm a 2XLT. The T's the most important part.
Oh, the tall
part.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
all
true.
right.
Did you have that? Yes or no?
I don't know.
Well, I don't know how you can have a line and don't know what you have, but I'm not surprised.
He's going to check his inventory.
Check your inventory.
I don't know.
Check your inventory, Vinny, online.
Let me talk to the pen for a second.
He's sounding more and more like Harry on the highway every day.
Yeah.
I talked to Harry today, and it's osmosis.
Where is he?
Oh, yeah, where is Harry? I miss him.
Harry's in D.C., right?
Oh, he's in D.C.? Okay, yeah.
I think he's in D.C. He's at some bar, and someone else is paying.
Elizabeth's. What is the name of that place that he wanted you to go to?
He tells me, he goes, oh, you're going to Palm Beach? Go to Elizabeth's. Oh, my God, it's incredible.
Palm Beach, he's got a place, Harry. Elizabeth's.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he's got a spot. He spends no money there.
Alana Alexander on Facebook, Deidre Imus was instrumental in education of the public about thimerosal use in vaccines. Yes, she was. And she was very instrumental in a lot of public health and making sure the hospitals were green and clean and all kinds of stuff. And obviously the Imus Ranch for Kids with Cancer and the Deidre Imus Hackensack University Medical Center, that the work she's done over there, they've done, obviously, that they did great work. She continues to do great work. Now she's an artist, and looks like her art is done very, very well as well. So,
wow.
All right, Slick, let's do some sports. Sports is brought to you by, like I said, Mike Lindell. LFS6B is the promo code to use. What's going on?
All right, Big D. Well, NFL preseason, that's what's going on. Football's in full swing now. Look out. Colts and Ravens. It's 14-9. The Ravens lead the Colts at M&T Bank Stadium. 1:58 to go in the second quarter. Then we also have the Eagles right now trailing the Bengals 14-10. They are playing down in Philly, Lincoln Financial. 10:18 to go there in the second. And out on Lumen Field, kickoff at 10 p.m. Oakland Raiders will be visiting, well, I should say the Las Vegas Raiders. Oh, I'm showing my age. Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Seattle Seahawks at Lumen Field. 10 p.m. kickoff right there, Big D. I don't see any football on here. And, well, we're going to hit the break shortly. But we have the, right now you got the FedEx St. Jude Championship as well, kicked off today. And Ashke Bhatia shot an 8-under earlier today as well.
I like him, by the way.
Nice.
He's a good player.
I'll have an Ashke Bhatia and a side of fries, please.
There you go.
All right, live from Studio 6B, we'll do some more sports and some news.
Shh, kebab.
When we get back right after this.
Yes.
When the kids turn unholy, Harelson's Own keeps my patience divine.
When work flies out of control, Harelson's Own keeps me cool as a cucumber.
The device madness never ends, but Harelson's Own keeps me zen.
Life can be chaotic, but Harelson's Own CBD helps keep you calm through any storm. Harelson's Own consistently delivers your full mind and body homeostasis. It's an organic, full-spectrum CBD in a refreshing oral spray. Our nano-emulsified technology makes it completely water-soluble, so your body absorbs it immediately. You'll start to feel it in seconds, not 60 minutes. It just makes everything feel better.
And it helps me just take the edge off. It helps me relax. It helps me be there with my kids.
I swear I'm like a mental ninja. Like nothing can throw me off balance.
No matter how many things come at me, I'm like, boom, handled, next. I'm like crushing it all day long.
Well, some people take it for a release from stress. Some take it to get rid of pain. Others just take it for general well-being. For me, Brett Harelson, it just makes everything about my day a little better.
Give your life a boost.
It's just the best you've ever felt in your natural state.
My happiness in a bottle is the best.
So to sum it all up, you're going to feel the benefits quickly, love the way it feels, and like the way it tastes. Pay a fair price, and you're going to thank us for it. We are so confident you're going to be satisfied that we back every bottle with a 60-day, 100% money-back guarantee. Give Harelson's Own a try, from our family to yours. Go to HO.com to order Harelson's Own now. Yep, It's that easy. Just our initials. HO.com.
Rav Family, from the group who brought you the hit songs 81 Million Votes, My Ass, MAGA Nation, and Trader Joe, comes a brand new single. Daddy Trump is available everywhere, and we need you to make some noise. Go download it on iTunes, and let's run it up to number 1 on the charts for President Trump.
So I just want to thank everybody very much. Thank you.
Get ready. You're about to get bombed by the Truth Bomber.
Didn't raise y'all, but I had to step up. Put the Ayatollah on a no-cap checkup. He calls me Daddy Trump. NATO knows what's up. Why they played pretend, I call they bluff. Kim and Vlad acting bad, throwing fits on the floor. BB screaming from the back, saying, Daddy, there's a war. I walk in like Sunday school.
All right, 30 minutes past the hour, live from Studio 6B, Real America's Voice, all across the country. Own your TV, 103.9 LI News Radio. Own your radio, Suffolk County, Long Island. Glad you're all in, whether you're watching or listening. We appreciate it. Slick's going to do some more sports since we didn't do much. Delgado's then going to do some news. Vinnie Mac's going to do some news as well. Aaron holding it down on her own tonight. Friends off for tonight, tomorrow for the weekend down in Pennsylvania, having a good time.
Yeah.
Slickster, sports is brought to you by Mike Lindell. As I said, I didn't give you about more than a minute there, so why don't we do some more sports? Sure. What's going on?
All right, baseball scores. Let's get to those. Pirates right now 4-0 over the Reds in Pittsburgh, bottom of the 6th. Bottom 4, Marlins 6-2 over the Braves in Atlanta. Athletics blanking the Nationals earlier today, 6-0 there. And the Mariners edged the White Sox 4-3 in 11 innings. I'll tell you, the NBA, WNBA, I should say, is going through some hard times, no pun intended. I mean, with everything that's going on there.
Yeah, very pointed hard times.
Well, yeah. I mean, you see what's happening? I mean, you got objects flying around on the court now 3 times.
Yes.
I like the meme that Paul said. The commissioner announced that if somebody gets caught throwing one of these objects on the court, they're going to be forced to watch 10 straight WNBA games. But
do you know that this is what I was talking about last night, but I said it's probably not appropriate to talk about on air, but now that you've brought it up.
Well, what?
Poly Market has a market that people can bet on that there's more money being bet on the poly market market on what the next either color will be of one of these going than they're actually betting on the games.
I believe it. This is crazy. So I got this story here, Stephen A. Smith talking about the situation, and they look like there could be some harsh measures taken soon, especially with what's going on with Caitlin Clark. I'll tell you one thing, they sure as heck are on the news. They're on the front line of a lot now, WNBA. And Stephen A. Smith warns WNBA that rough treatment of Caitlin Clark could provoke Trump to act. This is Dylan Gwynn at Breitbart earlier today. Stephen A. Smith wants you to know that President Trump could use the abusive behavior directed at Caitlin Clark by WNBA players as an excuse to criticize the league, and he is monitoring this situation. The ESPN hot take artist recently revealed Thursday morning that, according to a few people, the president could speak about the rough treatment of the WNBA's only superstar as a way to ingratiate himself with his base. I'm not guessing on this, Smith said. I didn't go on my show and just bring it up for no reason. I happen to know a few people who have said this is something that do not be surprised if President Trump speaks on eventually, and that if that man decides that this is something that can feed his base, then that can ingratiate himself with that kind of audience that is protective of a Caitlin Clark and what she stands for.
What a stupid take.
I know. This is what he's saying.
Ingratiate his base. His base is not looking for like extra supporters. What's the WNBA going to add? Like 9 people to it? What is he talking about?
They have no audience to speak of, really. I mean, they really
unless
don't.
Caitlin Clark's playing, and they tune in. People show up, man. She is a draw.
I know, and unfortunately, when she is injured, you notice that the place is empty. People, they're throwing the tickets. Yeah, ratings are down, and also, anyway, I guess that's the whole point he's trying to say. But I think it is a little bit overboard. But she's a big girl. She's got Sophie on her team now, right? Cunningham, she's helping her out, so I think she'll be in a good position. But and of course, the other inanimate object thing, I don't want to lend a lot of credence to that, and this isn't really the place to be talking about it. What's going on with that? But like you said, it is big on the poly market. There's a lot of betting going on colors, what have you. But I don't know what is the point of all that? Is that a plant? Like, in other words, is there something going on here that they're trying to create?
Well, they're trying to make it exciting.
Yeah, they're making it exciting, all right. I'm gonna tell you. Anyway,
must watch.
Tune in and see what happens. Well, it's a good point, though. If people are gambling on it, then could be something to it. So, switching gears a little bit, ex-King broadcaster blasted for saying all lives matter returns to radio, Dylan Gwynn of Breitbart. Among the many casualties of our country's brief but disastrous flirtation with extreme cultural insanity was Grant Napier. Remember Grant? A longtime announcer for the Sacramento Kings who had the gall to tweet all lives matter. Now, remember, I was talking about this story a couple of years ago when we were on the show. For this great and terrible offense, the social justice warriors who ruled corporate America in the aftermath of the death of George Floyd demanded and received Napier's ouster. Napier wasn't fired, to be clear, but the massive social justice-infused backlash to his comments led him to resign his position. Napier had served as a TV play-by-play man for the Sacramento Kings from 1988 to 2020, more than a cup of coffee, and hosted a local radio show on KHTK. However, the broadcaster's all-caps response to former Kings big man DeMarcus Cousins, who queried the broadcaster for his thoughts on Black Lives Matter, was too much for the social justice warriors in California to handle. The longtime Kings broadcaster didn't take the injustice lying down. He later sued his former employer, KHTK Radio, for a wrongful termination. However, a judge sided with the radio station and threw out Napier's suit in April. But that's not the end of the story. On Tuesday, Napier appeared and announced that he will begin a new talk show on a Fox Sports radio station in Sacramento on September 2nd. The show will air from 2 to 6 p.m. Napier's new gig will put him in the direct head-to-head competition with former employer WKHTK, a reality the longtime NBA announcer seems to relish. It's going to be Grant Napier's show that people have listened to for decades. Napier told the Sacramento Bee, "I'm competitive. I'm not the only one coming back to Sacramento. I'm coming back to win. I'm going to put them on the map. I want people to know." No, he's got a long way to go with that team. That I'm not doing this because
Who are we talking about?
The announcer for the Sacramento Kings, Grant Napier. Napier was thrown off the show for saying all lives matter in response to a whole Black Lives Matter campaign. I remember this. I reported on this. It was about 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago. When was the whole George Floyd thing? That was what,
1920, I think?
2020.
No.
2021?
Oh, 2020. Show was in full swing at that point, no? Yeah. All right, that's a wrap in sports.
All right, very good. 36 past the hour, live from Studio 6B. Let's do some headline news. That's brought to you by our friends at EternalLifeCoin.com. And here with that is Rick Delgado. What's going on, Delgado?
All right. Well, I figured since we touched on it, let me just give you some of the details real quick on some of the greatest news headlines in the world. Legendary radio host Howard Stern facing the uncertain future at SiriusXM as his 5-year, $500 million contract winds down. The 71-year-old shock jock would be open to a short-term contract if the price was right, but we all know that's probably not going to happen because it's all about the money. He would be insulted with anything less than probably what he's making now. And so it looks like, for all intents and purposes, his show will be coming to an end, which we talked about a little bit earlier. But here's President Trump being asked about it. It's cut number 2. You can check this out as as President Trump can only do, twist the knife even that much more. Cut number 2. Check this out.
I've got an entertainment-based question for you. A few weeks ago, Stephen Colbert announced that he was leaving his show.
That's Brian Glenn.
Howard Stern announced that he and SiriusXM Radio are parting ways. Do you think the hate Trump business model that's been in the entertainment business is going out of business because it's not popular with the American people?
Well, it hasn't worked, and it hasn't worked really for a long time, and I would say pretty much from the beginning. Colbert has no talent. I mean, I could take anybody here. I could go outside on the beautiful streets and pick up a couple of people that do just as well or better. They get higher ratings than he did. He's got no talent. Fallon has no talent. Kimmel has no talent. They're next. They're going to be going. I hear they're going to be going. I don't know, but I would imagine because they get, Colbert has better ratings than Kimmel or Fallon. You know that. Howard Stern, it's a name I haven't heard. I used to do a show, we used to have fun, but I haven't heard that name in a long time. What happened? He got terminated?
Yeah, they're going to separate ways because I think what they're offering salary-wise is real low than what he's getting.
You know when he went down?
Whenever you want.
You know when he went down? No, before. When he endorsed Hillary Clinton, he lost his audience. People said, give me a break. He went down when he endorsed Hillary Clinton.
That's so true, man.
That's so true.
Good point. And again, that, twisting the knife a little bit more into the show that he used to go on a bunch.
I honestly think he did more damage to himself COVID than he did Hillary Clinton.
He might have.
I really do. He was out there on Crazy Town Street, like Wackadoo Street.
Yeah, way out there on a limb over this COVID stuff. But I think what Stern was making a point of was it all really turned south for him on that Hillary thing because, let's face it, normal people listen to
right.
Voted for Trump and
his audience.
Yeah,
we're Trump supporters. I mean, let's be real.
Simple as that. President Trump also had a couple other things going on at the White House today. Here's cut number 9. Here is he welcomed to the White House, I should say, Stephen Moore with some charts and ushered into the Oval Office to check out a presentation.
Actually, can we not play this? Because is this the full one, Aaron? Because we have the full 7 minutes. I wanted to play the whole thing and get everybody's reaction.
No, this is
let's hold that.
All right, so we'll hold off on that. But he did do something else today. Here he is, cut number 7, signing this executive order declaring today, August 7th, National Purple Heart Day. Check this out. Yeah. This is cut 7. Big story.
I know who I'm giving this pen to. That guy right there. 6 times. And that is not done by an auto pen.
There he is, showing off the signature.
There you go.
Again, declaring today, August 7th, Purple Heart Day. The day was created to give back. It's a day for Americans to remember and honor the men and women who bravely represented their country and were wounded or killed while serving. These people are decorated with a Purple Heart in the name of the president, and this day is remembering them and their sacrifice. Some states, counties, and cities will pause also in recognition and do some other things in terms of the celebration. Military and veteran organizations also hold meetings for remembrance. And so there you have it. Today, signed by President Trump.
Yeah. Don't go off this story for a second, because this is what we've talked about a number of times on this show, that Obama and Biden and Hillary and this whole cast of characters, and especially the entire Democratic Party now, what they lack. This is what leadership is all about.
Right.
You let shine the people that sacrifice the most. And by honoring our veterans and the Purple Hearts, he honors our veterans overall. Okay?
Yeah.
And he's never been shy about that. But to do something like this is just one of, and he's done a number of things since he's been in office, that show the leadership that he brings to the table. But we had this whole debate about leadership and the lack of it with Obama and the rest of them. And this guy just does it every day.
Every day.
It can't be underestimated, the value of that and the pride that comes with being acknowledged at that level when, you're not being acknowledged and you lost a leg or you had a family member killed or any of those things.
Yeah. And again, he created this, the day was out there, but he proclaimed it, making today that day. He was joined by a lot of people, a lot of the recipients of Purple Hearts. And their families during the signing of the ceremony, like he was saying, I'm signing this for you, and he points to one of them over there. So it was another great, like you said, another thing a leader does, not a politician, a leader.
It is simple. A leader does these types of things, and the other thing it does is, our military, it's volunteer. These guys do it. That's usually generational.
Oh, yeah.
The families are connected in such deep ways because it is volunteer. And I remember reading a stat about, do you know someone that's in the military? Do you? And very few people in this country do. So he needs to do these types of things, and kudos. Well done.
All right, 17th to the hour. We're back. A little more sports news. Vinnie Mac's thoughts coming up right after this.
Even though it keeps me broken, gone from you, you're always there to welcome me home. You understand the life of a cowboy better than anyone I know. If my life was ever seen on that silver screen, you'd be the star of the show. Your love keeps holding me together. Every time I think I fall apart, yeah, you mend all the broken pieces. When something or someone breaks my heart.
Hi, it's Christina again. Is your shower trying to tell you something? Is getting in and out of the bathtub becoming a safety concern? Are you worried about the cost of a bathroom remodel that could go on for weeks and weeks? Well, now you can have a gorgeous new bath or shower that's safer at a price you can afford with a one-day jacuzzi bath remodel. And now they're bringing you this special TV offer. We're waiving all installation costs and postponing all payments for up to 1 year. Jacuzzi bath remodel has a design you'll love at a price you can afford.
Literally, they came in the morning, did the demolition, and installed our bathtub in 1 day. I definitely wish we called jacuzzi a lot sooner.
Okay, so tell me, what are the 2 most common reasons people are calling jacuzzi bath remodel right now?
Well, maybe they're just tired of the old, worn-out eyesore of a bath. Often they have dated colors, tiles that might be cracking and fading, or impossible to clean grout. Christina, did you know that the average shower has up to 300 linear feet of grout?
Honestly, I had no idea.
Yeah, that's a whole lot of scrubbing. So that's definitely one of the reasons people call. And you'll love that the new bath or shower just rinses clean and resists mold and mildew. Now, another big reason people call is they've been feeling uneasy stepping over that tub to take a shower. And we're here to help with a safer, more stylish shower that you'll love and is custom designed for you.
Every time I stepped over my old bathtub, I worried I might fall. I don't have those fears anymore. Jacuzzi bath remodel gave me a gorgeous shower that's safe too.
It was done in the same day. We did not have to wait. It is amazing.
Time is running out to take advantage of this special offer. When you call right now, we're waiving all installation costs with our Christina Across America offer and no interest and no payments for up to 1 year. Call now to schedule your free, no obligation in-home design consultation. You can create your new bath or shower customized just for you, installed in just 1 day from the most trusted name with Jacuzzi Bath Remodel. Call now.
It's never been easier. Get your free design consultation, schedule your 1-day installation, and start loving your new bath or shower right away.
You can go from this to this, and from this to this, or even from this to all this in just 1 day.
I did not like my bathroom before and was embarrassed by it. Yes. This is unbelievable. It is stunning. I can't believe it.
Time is running out to take advantage of this special offer. When you call right now, we're waiving all installation costs with our Christina Across America offer and no interest and no payments for up to 1 year. Call now to schedule your free, no obligation in-home design consultation. You can create your new bath or shower customized just for you, installed in just 1 day from the most trusted name with Jacuzzi Bath Remodel. Call now.
All right, 13 to the hour, live from Studio 6B on a Thursday night. Real America's Voice. Across the country on your TV, and of course, 103.9 LI News Radio, Suffolk County, Long Island. On Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday nights, 8 to 10. We are glad you're a part of the show, as always. Slick's doing sports. Delgado's doing the news. We'll do some more of that in hour 2. We'll do some more sports here in a little bit. But first of all, Vinnie Mac is here. He's got some thoughts. Vinnie Mac, what's going on?
Well, I wanted to point out one sort of big foreign policy news story that came out, and that is that the Russians and the Chinese are having dual military exercises in the Sea of Japan. And there's been a lot of rumblings about this whole Taiwan thing getting a little more heated. So this is just another thing that the Biden administration ignored, and the Trump administration has walked into a situation here. And I think they're doing these exercises not from an offensive standpoint, but because they're feeling it. Trump's putting the hammer down on Russia. Mm-hmm. Trump went into Iran. I mean, all these interesting things are happening. So I wanted to point that out because it hasn't made much of the news, but it's real news. We should be hearing about this. The thing that I really wanted to talk about, and I didn't hear a lot of detail on this, so I want to provide it tonight, is the deal that Trump cut with Apple. Now, we all heard about $600 billion. They went from $500 to $600 billion. Well, let me tell you what this really means. And when you hear these things, just keep this in perspective. The colossal shift in how Apple is thinking. And it's not just Apple. It's all these other companies, NVIDIA and all these big companies. The mindsets have changed completely. And these are these Silicon Valley folks, by the way, that are the big wokesters in the world, okay? They're the anti-Trumpers. And this is what the Trump effect is having. First off, just right off the top, 20,000 new hires just in AI and engineering right out of the box with these investments. An academy for AI development in cities like Detroit. And there's a bunch of states and cities that get this type of training. It's exactly what we need. Apple's paying for all of that. They're putting in servers, these AI servers. They consume so much power, these AI servers. They're going in Houston and a bunch of other places around the country and creating their own power to power them. This is necessary for us to not only win the AI war, but to be complete leaders in AI across the board. This is probably one of our biggest strategies overall. And Trump's probably number one priority is make sure we lead the world. A manufacturing academy launch. They're launching these things all over the country in cities where people are trained to do the things that they need them to do. They're putting money into glass manufacturers, Corning Glass. It's up here in New York, upstate New York, Corning Glass. You know, all this was made in China. They got the glass from Chinese suppliers. They got the plastics from Chinese suppliers. They've got all of those things from Chinese suppliers and have been all over the place. Now, our subcontractors and our manufacturers here in this country, the injection molders, the people doing with the chips and all that. And speaking of chips, huge investment in these computer chips. To manufacture them here. We heard that about Intel and others, but, you know, Apple, of course, you know, they're one of the biggest consumers of these chips. They're opening up factories all over the place. This is not a small thing. It's not just another business coming in and saying, yeah, well, we like Trump and we're going to go do this thing. This is a colossal shift. It's $600 billion and it's billions, mega billions on top of that with additional infrastructure investments they're making beyond what they've already committed to with Trump. So you can see the impact of this in states that many people are fleeing to. You know, they're leaving California, they're leaving New York, they're leaving Illinois, they're leaving these liberal, woke cities, and these manufacturing places are going into places and states where a lot of people are going to. Texas, Florida, Michigan, South Carolina. This is going to be a big help across the country. So big story, Damon. I think it didn't get enough notoriety because the impact it's going to have on our economy. And by the way, the stock and the reaction on the markets, they love it. They love it. Like everything Trump's doing. The reaction's been stellar. So that's one of my top stories. I got a bunch more. So whenever you want to come back, let me know.
I'm not sure I'm in love with some of what the AI revolution is bringing. When it comes to these buildings, sucking all the power away from all these local people, all the land is taken up, all the energy it's taken up. I don't trust any of these companies. I don't know. I'm not sure I'm a huge fan of all of it.
Yeah, plus it's going to eventually take over everything and kill us all. There's always that part too, Damon. Don't forget that.
AI is, Elon Musk has it right. It's a very scary technology, and it's an incredible tech. But in this case, and they talk about this in great detail. In this case, they're creating their own power within the facility to power the AI things that they're doing in there. Right. And that's it's a great precedent.
So when the AI becomes sentient and decides, no, you can't shut me down, we won't be able to shut down the power to it because, well, it'll be self-sufficient. Is that what you're saying?
I just wonder if we're building an economy here. We're building this not platform, but this industry basically on the backs of 2 or 3 companies that are bigger than, in some respects, like almost bigger than government being involved. So they say, oh, it's government free. But we're creating these behemoths, and then we're basing this whole industry on like 2 or 3 larger than anything we could ever imagine companies who then go in and they take all this land. Now, if it was the Chinese doing it, we'd be screaming.
Well, they are. The Chinese are doing it.
But how is it any different what we're doing for some of these AI companies? Well, to retrofit all of the energy that they need, the land they need, all the things they take up, all the other things they affect in the areas that they're going in?
Listen, there's a good give and take on both of it. You're going to have thousands and thousands of really good jobs created here. People are saying, AI is going to take jobs. You know what? It's not. They're opening these factories. They're getting servers, data centers built all to move all this stuff around. You've got AI. That's just one piece of it. The other thing I see in AI, and I know a lot of people in this space, and the people that I know in this space, they're just small companies. They're entrepreneurs in technology because the basis of the AI platform is open source. It basically means anybody can go in and start fiddling with it and create a version or aspects to the AI. So the big companies, they see this. They see that a lot of smaller companies could come in and really dominate the space if they come up with some really cool stuff. So they're investing a lot of money. But to me, what Trump's trying to do is create high-paying jobs, good jobs in places where we need our people to work, and also creating an infrastructure of using our raw materials. Apple spends so much money in China and with the raw materials and everything. You imagine just the glass alone. That's probably 5 or 6 big companies supplying just Apple for their phones and for their tablets and computers. So I don't really have an answer for this AI thing and where it's going to go. I've used it. I've seen it. It provides a lot of value for a lot of things. It provides a lot of scariness as well. Yeah. But if we don't win this battle, China will. There's no way around it. They have invested mega billions in because they know this is the path to dominating the world.
No, I understand that.
So,
but from what I also understand, we're also, I think, 2 years ahead of them at this point. That's the latest from yesterday. I heard that yesterday. I was kind of surprised. I thought we were behind the 8 ball. Turns out we're kind of ahead. And if this continues the way it's going with Trump leading the way, we'll probably end up, with a 80 to 90%, domination over China when it all shakes out.
We might. Trump sees this as a national security move. China, if they dominate the world on this, there's some aspects to it that become sort of game over. Right. So we have to lead this. Secondly, we probably are ahead of them, but I don't think that means much. This AI thing, this moves so fast. Yeah. This isn't like the Iranians trying to get nuclear weapons. This is moving day by day, hour by hour, that fast.
All right, live from Studio 6B. That's a wrap. Hour 1, hour 2. When we get back, we'll do some sports with Slick, news with Delgado right after this.
Results, random workouts, overtraining muscles, completely missing others, wasted time. Don't do that. Do this. This is 25 minute speed train. Follow me for just 25 minutes a day, 7 days a week with minimal equipment and get actual results.
Look at the definition. I didn't have these arms at high school.
Subscribe to Body in the next 24 hours for less than 50 cents a day and get 25 minute speed train free at bodywithaneye.com.
This right here is confidence in a bottle. It makes me feel so much more confident than I've ever felt.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face. And what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes. And I did this to my father. We were at home, so we applied it to his under eye bags, and let me tell you, we were so excited. In under 10 minutes, they visibly disappeared from view, and now it is literally part of both of our daily routines. And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles.
At our $14.95 price, it's the best way to try Plexaderm and see it work after your first application. Call the number on your screen.
Call 1-800-854-0295.
Do you suffer in pain? Are you stiff, tense, or less active? Introducing the Easy Well Remedy Massage System, a triple fusion of therapeutic experiences. Full body vibrational therapy increases blood circulation and reduces inflammation. Infrared heat penetrates deep to reduce pain, soothe, and relax. The Ultra Shiatsu pillow with 6 heated nodes mimics a professional massage. Plus, it's detachable for deep relief anywhere you need it. Experience the true remedy for your pain and stiffness. Call now.
They tried to shut them up.
There's no guarantee to free speech.
They tried to cancel them.
Deplatforming works.
They even threw them in jail.
Peter Navarro,
Steve Bannon,
now in prison.
But they couldn't stop them.
It's not a prison bill that will ever shut me up.
They call them rebels.
Basket of deplorables.
They call them rogues.
They claim to dance or religion.
And they say they're outlaws.
These are the kind of guys you like to smack in the ass.
War Room presents Rebels, Rogues, and Outlaws.
You set out to take Vienna! Take Vienna!
The national bestseller by longtime Bannon producer Dan Fluette. Take a journey through the pictorial history of War Room in a culture that celebrates the weak. Show your support by standing with the rebels. Go to doitfluette.com or scan the QR code on your screen. Use the code RAV20 for 20% off your order. Stand with the rebels and never back down. Live from Studio 6B, hour 2, 9 o'clock on the East Coast. Real America's voice all across the country. 103.9 LI News Radio, Suffolk County, Long Island. Nice. Glad you're in, whether you're watching or listening, of course. Make sure you follow Real America's Voice at Real AM Voice on all socials. Make sure you follow us at LFS6B as well. And if you're listening on 103.9 LI News Radio, you can hear us Wednesday, Thursdays, and Friday nights right here, 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern. You can hear Kevin Downey, who joins us on this show Friday nights, the Kevin Downey Jr. Show. You can hear weekdays 9 to 11 right here on 103.9 LI News Radio. So, Slick's here. He's going to do sports. Rick Delgado's going to do some news. Vinnie Mac's going to have some more thoughts. Erin holding it down by herself tonight and doing a fantastic job, if I don't say so myself. Fran's off till Monday.
I did not know that.
Tomorrow night, we will be at the America First Warehouse live. Doors open at, I believe, about 7:25 or so. Show goes live at 8. We will all be there tomorrow night. And it's a great time. So if you're listening on 103.9, you got nothing to do tomorrow, say, hey, honey, let's go down and see the boys at the America First Warehouse. That'd be a good idea.
They're building a big tailgate party there, too. Matt Miller and the crew. They're starting to really get that rolling.
Now. We've got, there's like RVs outside and tailgating. And
wow. I know
Joe the Box is always running around with the flag. He's got his Corvette. He's got his motorcycles. Slick's got his sequins suits on. And
I'm going to go out there with the for the tailgate, and I'm going to go out and hang out with the fans, man. Why not? Go pregame with them.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys, you're eating pizza. It's good stuff. But, the pregaming out there has got to be real good, man. It's got to be real good.
I like that. Kind of sounds like Slick, like you're kind of throwing us under the bus.
No. You guys are welcome to come. You guys won't come out with me.
It doesn't sound like it. He is throwing us.
Okay.
Well, because I know I'll go out there with the hoi polloi. You guys, you'll be inside.
The hoi polloi. You're too busy inside yelling about where's the pizza? Where's our food? How come we're not getting taken care of? We get chef services.
Yeah, it sounds like you, Rick. Aaron's on point.
Right.
Yeah, don't throw me under the bus.
I heard you barking about that on Friday, Rick.
Yeah.
I heard you.
No, you didn't. Because
the warehouse.
The pizza was there.
You got to go to the warehouse. It is a fantastic time. It really is.
Mm-hmm. I was dying and still got your pizza.
Yeah.
That was nice of you.
Thank you.
Thank you. We are very grateful for that.
And I texted you,
Yeah. You texted me, hey, I know you're dead.
Yes, you did do
but
that.
Could you please make sure that our pizzas are there?
Yeah.
That's what you text me.
Don't worry, I yelled at him for it.
And Aaron and the people all in this chat jumped in and said, Delgado, you need help for that.
Yeah.
Look.
Yeah.
Not like, Damon, how you doing? Hope you're feeling better tonight. It's like, hey, before you die.
2 sausages, right? 2 Thai chilies and a side of remdesivir.
Yeah, then you can kick the bucket, fatso.
Are you still under 104? Because I want to order pizza.
Here's the deal, and we all know this to be true.
Okay.
If there's not food there, everybody is cranky.
Yeah, we're hungry.
Everybody rushes there early.
We're hungry.
Exactly. Paul is usually the last one there because he's always running from one place to another.
He's got traffic.
When he gets there, he gets stuck in traffic, and he never eats. And then we don't eat because we're told, don't worry, we're gonna have food there. All right. Then we get there, and everybody's stomach is going. It sounds like that, and then
we haven't had that issue in a while.
We haven't had that issue for the last 4 or 5 weeks, and it's been
why
wonderful.
Is that? And why have you haven't had that issue? Because who took over the chef services?
I made sure to keep asking about it because if I don't ask, nobody else does. So you're welcome.
Services. I like that. Yeah, good job, Damon. Good job. In bed with the NyQuil and a fever. Yeah. Still working the phone. Ordering the pizza.
No, he doesn't work
like Superman.
He wouldn't have done anything unless I prodded him.
Hope you're feeling good tonight. Sorry to bother you, but if you have a second. No.
Well,
hey, before you kick off.
When he's sick.
Yes,
you
right?
You know how to order pizza.
Erin couldn't believe it, what she saw. She couldn't believe it.
She was appalled.
The first thing I said to Rick when he came in, I said, are you seriously asking him for pizza right now when he's sick? Yeah. He's like, but no one else is going to ask.
Exactly.
Big D's Catering came through no matter what. So
yeah, you did. That was,
look, if he's got time to text, he's got time to order.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Yeah, Delgado's cold, man. He gets a beautiful computer bag to put his computer in instead of wearing in a cardboard box, and he doesn't want to put it in the beautiful computer bag.
Yeah.
LFS 6 Pizzagate.
The show, us, you, Vin, me, Slick, Aaron, Fran, Harry.
Don't forget
Paul. Kevin Downey Jr., his friend, supposedly, embarrassing all of us because you don't want to use the computer bag that the lovely Sherry Merrill.
I even put some of her stickers already on my computer. What have you guys done? You haven't even opened your stuff. That's my bag.
You shouldn't even be allowed to have this
That's
bag.
mine.
Change the R to D, and then you got it right.
And I'm the only one that opened the little notes that Sherry sent along.
I just got mine.
That's not true. I opened mine. I had a nice Bible verse in there that I wrote. I read last night with my wife when we gave Tucker his stuff.
Oh, how do you like his stuff?
I took a picture with Tucker with his stuff, by the way.
How did Tucker like his stuff? Did he like his stuff?
I got a Bible verse here, too.
He liked it a lot.
Yeah? Oh.
Very impressed.
Yeah,
I'll pull the picture up here. So
very sweet of her.
Yeah, we need proof of.
Oh, you just be quiet. You don't need nothing.
Toy.
6 minutes past the hour, live from Studio 6B.
Delgado asking for proof of anything is a joke.
Yeah, proof of life. 6 minutes past the hour.
Proof your stories.
Yeah. Let's do some sports. Sports is brought to you by Mike Lindell. Yeah, who wouldn't want a nice computer bag? Someone said. Weird. Yeah, it is very weird.
Yeah, I think you're being rough with that computer bag on Delgado.
I'm sorry?
You're being rough on him. Somebody in the chat said you and I are being disingenuous to him.
Well, someone in the chat doesn't have any sense of humor.
Come on. I mean, we're having
not being rough enough. Let's do some sport. Well, now it's going to do sports, but now Slick's got me all mad.
Hang on, I'm going to order some pizza.
Aggravated me. So now I should maybe do Vin's news.
Yeah, go ahead.
Now let's do sports. Sports is brought to you by Mike Lindell. LFS6B is the promo code to use.
Yes.
Slickster, what's going on?
All right, well, I want to get to this story here. NASCAR, Big D, let's go. First we'll get to let's get back to that. NASCAR driver Ricky Stenhouse pays tribute to Hulk Hogan with Real America beer car, Hulkamania decal. Obviously, we know the great Hulkster passed away a few weeks ago, I believe on the 24th, if I'm not mistaken. And Ricky Stenhouse, big driver for him. He said Hogan's Real American beer has been featured on Stenhouse's 47 cars since June. Ryan Marick of Fox News, the professional wrestling legend, died last month at the age of 71. After battling heart issues and other medical problems. Am I missing something?
No. Just the pizza's on its way. Go ahead.
Chat.
Okay, the car features stars and stripes throughout, but one more touch will be added this weekend at Watkins Glen International. A Hulkamania Forever decal will be added to the car with a photo of Hogan ripping his shirt. The photo has been used for WWE's tributes. Hulk built Hulkamania and Real American Beer with strength, pride, and resilience for the fans, for their communities, for our country. Real American Beer co-founder Chad Bronstein said to TMZ Sports, Real American Beer is here to carry on Hulk's legacy. We are grateful to Hayek Motorsports for helping us honor him and carry his commitment to his fans forward. Hayek seemed to announce the news earlier this week when they posted a picture of Stenhouse's riding with that Rab car. This one's for Hulk, the Instagram caption read. So keeping Hulk's memory alive. I imagine there's going to be a ton of tributes throughout, obviously sports and what have you, but that's a really nice thing. And so Farm City Pro Rodeo, let's switch gears. Hermiston, Oregon. We got the rodeo going on in full swing August 6th through the 9th. Here it is, first round, bareback riding. That went to R.C. Landingham, 84.5 points on Corcoran Rodeo's I Fly Plane. The steer wrestling, second round, we have a tie. Ty Erickson and Will Loomis, 3.8 seconds. That's a good time there. Team roping, second round. Caleb Driggers and Junior Noguera, 4.2 seconds. Saddle Bronc went to Zachary Dallas, 86 points on Calgary Stampede's Why Are You Frisky? Oh, I'm like the frisky chicken, that sounded like. And then tie-down roping went to, it was a tie as well. Bo Cooper, Marcus Costa, and Cash Endarilli, three-way tie, 8 seconds each. Barrel racing, Taylor Morkins, 16.81 always a great time on side, sub-17 time there. Bull riding, we have Robbie Taylor, 86 points on Corcoran Rodeo's Evolution. Total payout on this rodeo is $635,000. And then we'll obviously have a wrap-up. We'll have a little rodeo tomorrow night. Keep that rocking and rolling because we love doing the rodeo. Big D. And if I can, I don't know if I have time for one more quick story, but obviously ESPN here. ESPN has their journalistic credibility questioned amid NFL Network purchase. This is Warner Todd Houston of Breitbart. Some are questioning ESPN's coming deal with the National Football League and wondering if it will put a damper on the sports network's journalistic integrity. Concerns have arisen after this week's announcement that the NFL is selling its NFL Network and other media assets to ESPN. The alarm bells blared after it was revealed that the NFL would receive a 10% equity stake in the cable sports network. The deal isn't unusual as far as media mergers are concerned. However, what is unusual is that the NFL will now have ownership in an organization that is supposed to be engaging in journalistic reporting on the NFL, and some are wondering how that ownership stake will affect ESPN's reporting and programming. One who feels that this sets a bad precedent in sports journalism is former Marlins executive Dave Sampson, host of the Nothing Personal with David Sampson podcast, according to Awful Announcing. Do you think ESPN is going to spend hours of programming each day criticizing the NFL, bringing Jerry Jones to task? Please leave Jerry out of it. Sampson asked on his podcast this week, do you think that there's possibility that the ESPN will do anything to upset its partner, the NFL? And you talk about a conflict of interest. Why do you think Bob Iger had to talk about it yesterday? And he did. Listen to the statement by the CEO of Disney and realize what horse hockey it is. Disney chief Bob Iger had insisted between Disney and ESPN and the NFL would not change ESPN's approach when it comes to journalism. So now, will the ESPN be as critical of a Jerry Jones, let's say, getting his deal, that debacle deal he's got with Micah Parsons going on right now? Or will they just kind of let it slide under the radar? If it's Jerry, I don't really care. But let's talk about the rest of the NFL. You think they'll be as strict on it? I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. All right, well, that's a wrap in sports, guys. You're engaged. Back to you.
I don't think they'll be any different. I mean, ESPN has never said a bad thing about the NFL in their life ever. Who at ESPN's taking shots at the NFL? They were in love with them when they painted Black Lives Matter on the field. They were in love with them when they Stephen A. They're two peas in one pod.
Stephen A. is very critical. You ever see a Cowboy post game with him posting with his cigar in his house?
I mean, critical of Jerry Jones sucking as a GM is different than critical of Roger Goodell.
I'm not going to deny that. You're right about that. But Stephen A. is one guy that's very outspoken. He is an ESPN property.
I don't think he's out. Again, I don't think he's out. Is he outspoken about the NFL, the corporate part of the NFL?
I think he does. I think he goes to task. He calls a number of guys to task. He's probably one of the only ones that do it. He's the only one that I really could think of that really sticks out in my brain. On ESPN.
I mean, other than players and owners, I can't. I've never heard him say anything bad about upper management at the NFL ever. I've never heard a word uttered on the whole network about it.
Well, we'll see. We're going to see. We'll see what happens with that. Be a little bit of a shift, though, because usually when somebody owns a company or has a stake, they tend to have a memo that goes out and says, "Hey, easy on being critical of such and such." Yeah. I mean, we saw what happened with CNN for how many years.
Look at Norm Macdonald got fired for goofing on OJ.
On OJ,
exactly. So, see how it plays out.
Love Norm.
All right, live from Studio 6B. More news with Delgado and Vinny Mac coming up on a Thursday night. Right after this.
When surprise breakdowns happen, American Home Shield will be there to fix or replace parts of the systems and appliances you rely on every day. They help protect your time and money by connecting you with qualified pros and helping pay for covered repairs or replacements. AHS offers flexible and affordable plans for every home. Sign up today and get 50% off. Visit ahs.com or call 833-PLAN-AHS for this limited time offer.
Water, nature's ultimate cleaner. We drink it, we bathe in it. Think water, think steam, think clean. Now harness the power of water with the H2O X5 5-in-1 steam cleaning system.
I'm so impressed with the X5.
It's an all-in-one product. I can use it throughout my entire house.
It's cleaning, it's sanitizing. There's no chemicals in it. It's just steam.
This is unbelievable. There is no more odor. 5 minutes, I'm done. Look at that, it's amazing.
If you're ready to step into an effective, economical, and eco-safe world of cleaning, look no further than the H2O X5. Using just the power of superheated water, the X5 Super Hot Steam cleans and kills up to 99% of germs, viruses, and bacteria. You could spend over $500 to purchase the products that the X5 5-in-1 Miracle replaces. But through this special TV offer, you won't spend $400, $300, or even $200. Order your H2O X5 steam cleaning system, a $500 value, for just 4 easy payments of $43. You'll get the X5 steam mop with microfiber pad, the carpet glider, the handheld scrubber, the window glass and mirror attachment, and the garment and upholstery bonnet. It's a complete 10-piece system, all this for just 4 easy payments of $43. But it gets even better. Order now and we'll upgrade your X5 package. We'll add a 6th mode with a dusting and polishing wand. Valued at over $30, this extra bonus attachment makes your H2O X5 the H2O X6. That means your 10-piece system becomes a 12-piece system at no extra cost to you. If after 30 days you're not absolutely delighted, send it back for a full refund of the purchase price. Don't wait. Now's your chance to own the X5 for just 4 easy payments, and we'll make the first payment for you. You get the X5 incredible 5-in-1 lightweight, powerful 12-piece steam cleaning system, a $500 value, all for just 3 easy payments of $43. This offer can't last forever, so call or click right now.
Do you suffer in pain? Are you stiff, tense, or less active? Introducing the Easy Well Remedy Massage System, a triple fusion of therapeutic experiences. Full body vibrational therapy increases blood circulation and reduces inflammation. Infrared heat penetrates deep to reduce pain, soothe, and relax. The Ultra Shiatsu pillow with 6 heated nodes mimics a professional massage. Plus, it's detachable for deep relief anywhere you need it. Experience the true remedy for your pain and stiffness. Call now.
Do 17 past the hour. That means sounds like the blues, which means I need to read you something here. Our friends at Birch Gold will start it off. It's the continued divide between Trump and the Federal Reserve. Is that putting us behind the curve again? That's the question. Well, can the Fed take the right action at the right time? Or are we going to be looking at a potential economic slowdown? And what does this mean for your savings? Well, consider diversifying with gold through our friends at the Birch Gold Group. For decades, gold has been viewed as a safe haven in times of economic stagnation, global uncertainty, and high inflation. And Birch Gold makes it incredibly easy for you to diversify some of your savings into gold. If you have an IRA or old 401k that's sitting around collecting dust, well, you can convert that into a tax-sheltered IRA in physical gold, or just buy some gold to keep in your safe. But the first thing you really want to do is get educated. And the way to do that is Birch Gold will send you a free information kit on gold. All you have to do is text the word America from your mobile device. Just take it out, go to your text, and type out America, and then send it to the number 989898. Again, all you have to do is text the word America to 989898, and you can consider diversifying a portion of your savings into gold. That way, if the Fed can't stay ahead of the curve for the country, at least you can stay ahead for yourself. Text the word America to 989898. Our friends from Birch Gold. Well, a new administration in Washington, D.C. has brought a lot of positive changes when it comes to fixing our broken healthcare system. The reality is, however, that there's only so much the government can do, and that if we really want to make America healthy again, that's going to start at home with each and every one of us. And that's, of course, where the Wellness Company comes in. You see and hear the Wellness Company doctors all the time right here on the network, and you know their products are the gold standard for keeping you and your family safe and healthy. The Wellness Company gives you the opportunity to make sure you are prepared for whatever happens with their series of prescription medical kits that contain an assortment of life-saving medications and guidebooks to assist in the proper use of these medications. Additionally, the Wellness Company offers a variety of products from parasite cleanses to methylene blue to weight loss and so much more that can help you stay healthy and live a longer and more satisfying life. Make America healthy again starts at home. Do your part and protect the health of you and your family. Go right now to twc.health/voice. That's twc.health/voice today, and that's where you can order. You can use promo code VOICE at checkout to save an additional 10%. So again, go right now, twc.health/voice. Use promo code VOICE to save an additional 10% from our friends over at the Wellness Company. All right, 20 minutes past the hour, live from Studio 6B on a Thursday night. Glad you're in. Let's do some news. News is brought to you by our friends at EternalLifeCoin.com. Check them out, EternalLifeCoin, all one word.com. It is a beautiful piece. You can check it out online. Rick Delgado's got the headlines. What's going on?
All right, Damon. Well, thank you for that. I don't know if you've been paying attention. I know you've been a little bit under the weather, but of course, John Brennan seems to be making some appearances lately because, I think he's getting nervous. I don't know if he seems to be wondering on MSNBC, why are they investigating him?
Yeah,
he seems to be clueless about what the Trump DOJ may or may not be investigating him for. He says, I don't know what it's for. I don't know if it's true. He told Nicole Wallace. Prosecutors, of course, accuse him of lying to Congress, triggering years of panic investigations that culminated, of course, in the Mueller report in the first Trump impeachment. Here he is. Well, maybe it could have something to do with this. Here's cut number 3. Here's what John Brennan said some years ago when it came to President Trump and his campaign with its links to Russia. This is cut number 3. Check this out, cut 3.
The amount of information that relates to collusion and obstruction activity is really quite extensive in this report.
Really?
I think by anyone's account, you can identify all the things that were going on between individuals associated with the Trump campaign and interactions and meetings with Russians. It was quite I think, enlightening.
Yeah, quite enlightening.
That's unbelievable.
Much like his statements that he made in front of Congress, in front of the House, in front of the Senate. He testified in front of many, many congressional committees over the years and continued to press the narrative that President Trump and the Russians were in collusion. Well, here he is, cut number 4 from just the other day, basically saying, but I didn't do anything wrong. Cut number 4, check this out.
And the intelligence community assessment that we wrote back then, that the analysts wrote, said that we didn't have any information whatsoever about what the impact was on the election. That intelligence community assessment never mentioned the word collusion. Not at all. So what they do is they misrepresent the facts, mischaracterize what is said, and then claim that we were engaged in this big conspiracy. Well, as Simone pointed out, President Obama told us, make sure you don't do anything at all that is going to any way affect the outcome of that election. Obviously. Don't do anything. Right. And make sure that you don't get these reports released that named individuals had American citizens' names in them. And so we did our utmost to make sure that we carried out our responsibilities with the integrity that we're supposed to.
Sure.
Yeah, of course.
Buzzword. He's
clueless. He's clueless. He doesn't know why they're investigating him. Of course, now we know the written things that were come out.
I saw the picture there of him behind him, or in the graphic was of Robert Mueller.
Yes.
Who the reports are now, Robert Mueller is in a, what is he in? He's in a
memory
elder care facility, right? So that's got to make him obviously the front runner for the Democratic Party for 28, right?
Oh yeah.
that he's in the home and with no memory. I mean, he's got to be right there. He's got to be
checks all the boxes.
Right. He's got to be the front runner for the nomination,
including the pine box.
Right. Yeah. So that's number one. Number two, as far as these delusional comments from people like Brennan, who are trying to rewrite history or hope that you either are dumb enough to not remember or don't know how to read, let me remind you, August 16th, 2018, an op-ed in the New York Times, Mr. Brennan writes the following, quote, Mr. Trump's claims of no collusion, there's the word. He just said we didn't ever use the word.
Never.
Trump's claims of no collusion are, in a word, hogwash. The only questions that remain are whether the collusion took place, it constituted criminally liable conspiracy, whether obstruction of justice occurred to cover up any collusion or conspiracy.
Wait, he didn't say that.
And how many members of Trump Incorporated attempted to defraud the government by laundering and concealing the movement of money into their pockets. That was John Brennan in an op-ed in the New York Times, August 16th of 2018. Let's move ahead. John Brennan, 2019. The amount of information that relates to collusion is quite extensive, he said in the New York Times once again. Yeah. So this guy's a lying fraud.
He looks like he's lying too. You could see by his body language.
Well, the way he was stuttering and stammering and saying, but it was almost
he was
like
hyper.
Right. He was a little too on edge, I think. In that particular
and Obama probably called him before, when you're on that interview, by the way, make sure you tell him I didn't have anything to do with this. Right. I told you to look into it deeply.
Right. It's just like Susan Rice's email, buy the book.
Right.
Yeah. You do it by the book.
By the nonsense.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, give me a break. At this point, who's buying anything by the book?
Especially not from a guy named like Brennan, who's been basically a liar his entire career.
All right, 26 past the hour, live from Studio 6B. More headlines with Delgado, more news with Vinnie Mac, more sports with Slick, all coming up on a Thursday night right after this.
Thinking about Social Security? Think AMAC. The AMAC Foundation takes the confusion and stress out of understanding Social Security's thousands of rules and regulations. Our nationally accredited advisors offer a personal touch that is unmatched. But that's not all AMAC has to offer. AMAC is America's leading conservative advocacy and benefits organization, guided by the principles of faith, family, and freedom. So when it comes to Social Security and so much more, think AMAC.
Friend, do you remember when it felt good to withdraw your cash from the bank to expand a business, go on vacation, or buy a new car? Well, today, withdrawing your own cash has become a very risky business, according to The Secret War, a shocking new research report. I just read it. And folks, I was amazed to learn why banks are now required to spy on us for the government and then report any suspicious or unusual behavior. I suggest you get The Secret War free. Just call the number on the screen, no charge, from the folks at Swiss America. And get this, did you know simply spending cash today may be enough to have you branded as a potential criminal? That's right. The new war on cash is really a war against all freedom-loving Americans. The Secret War is yours free, so call the number on the screen and you can tell them Pat Boone gave you the number.
Rav Family, from the group who brought you the hit songs 81 Million Votes, My Ass, MAGA Nation, and Trader Joe, comes a brand new single. Daddy Trump is available everywhere, and we need you to make some noise. Go download it on iTunes and let's run it up to number 1 on the charts for President Trump.
So I just want to thank everybody very much. Thank you.
Get ready. You're about to get bombed by the truth bomber.
Didn't raise y'all, but I had to step up. Put the Ayatollah on a no-cap checkup. He calls me Daddy Trump. NATO knows what's up. Why they play pretend, I call they bluff. Kim and Vlad acting bad, throwing fits on the floor. BB screaming from the back, saying, Daddy, there's a war. I walk in like Sunday school.
Hi, Chef Daniel Green here with Rice Robot, the 1, 2, 3 rice cooker. Watch, 1 add the white cup for rice, 2 add the blue cup for water, 3 click it and let Rice Robot perfectly cook it.
The secret is perfect cook technology for even cooking. Then Rice Robot senses when it's done, auto stops and keeps it warm to serve.
It won't burn, overcook or undercook, guaranteed.
Get the complete Rice Robot cooking system, all for just $39.99. Order now.
All right, 30 minutes past the hour, live from Studio 6B on a Thursday night. Slick's here. He's going to do some more sports before we wrap it up. Delgado's going to do some more headlines right now. Then Vinnie Mac's going to do some of his news as well. Aaron holding it down by herself, doing a great job. Fran's off for the rest of the week and weekend. He'll be back on Monday. Harry on the highways in D.C. I have no idea when we're going to see Harry again. I think he's he's literally doing his name for like the next, I don't know how many weeks. He's on the highway.
I feel like I haven't seen him in months.
Yeah.
Wait, wasn't he in here 2 nights ago?
No.
Yeah, he was.
I didn't see him.
He walked in with like a vest. And he dropped off those cookies.
Oh, okay.
I didn't see him.
That was a hit and run, Aaron says.
Wow.
Okay, very good.
Back on the highway.
All right. 30 minutes past the hour, live from Studio 6B. Before we get to Vinnie Mac's news, I actually have a couple things to get to, too. Let's do some more headlines. Oh, I wanted to... Aaron, let's show Trump today with Steve Moore, because I thought this was great.
Excellent.
This was a great idea for the president. Quick, fast, just get right to the point. But it was great points. And I love Steve Moore. I love the way he does things, and he finds things that maybe no one else is talking about. So this happened today. It's only about 5-6 minutes here, but it's worth a watch. And I think Steve brought up some really, really good points. Roll that.
Now, Steve Moore is who? He's an economist, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Correct, and he brought some charts here.
Yep. Well, thank you very much, everybody. We're going to have just a quick session with Steve Moore. Everybody knows Steve Moore with the Heritage Foundation, highly respected, one of the most highly respected economists and people that watch your money and know more about your money and your life than probably anybody I can think of. And I want to thank Steve for being here. I saw this today. They came out. What he puts out gets a lot of coverage, and I saw some of them, and then he had a couple of others. And I'd like to ask Steve maybe to discuss a few of these numbers that were just released. I mean, literally just released. And then we're going over, and we're going to do Purple Heart. We have some incredible, brave people that I look forward to, so we're going to do that right after this. Steve, could you say a few words about the various charts?
Thank you, Mr. President. So I called the president because I had some very good news from some new data that we've been able to put together that no one has ever seen before, and I'll just very quickly go through these. So I was telling the president that he did the right thing in calling for a new head of the Bureau of Labor Statistics, because this shows that over the last 2 years of the Biden administration, the BLS overestimated job creation by 1.5 million jobs. Mr. President, that's a gigantic error. And I don't know if she's... I'm not.
It might not have been an error. That's the bad part. If it was an error, it would be one thing. I don't think it's an error. I think they did it purposely.
Whether that, you may well be right, but even if it wasn't purposefully, it's incompetence.
Right.
Okay. So 1.5 million jobs overestimated. We have access to the... some data that no one else does on what has happened month by month with median household income. This is based on unpublished Census Bureau data. It will be released sometime in the next 6 months, but we get an advanced look at it. And so I was telling the president in his first 5 months in office, starting in January through the end of June, the average median household income adjusted for inflation for the average family in America is already up $1,174. That's a huge
incredible number.
Yeah.
Just came out.
Just came out. So that's a giant gain.
And if I would have said this, nobody would have believed it. There's your number. We're doing well.
So the next one compares, we finally have the 2024 data on what happened with real family income in the United States. And so what I did was I compared the record in Donald Trump's first term with the Joe Biden first term. And you can see that, by the way, these dotted lines here, Mr. President, that's COVID. So if it had not been for COVID, these numbers would have been substantially better. But even taking account President Trump's last year in 2020, we saw a $6,400 real after inflation gain in income for the average family, and that compares with Joe Biden, which was a measly $551. So, Mr. President, you gain 10 times more income for the average family than Joe Biden is because of your policies.
And that's taking into consideration COVID, which a lot of times you don't have to do that, but I'm very glad you did.
We were over almost 8,000 until.
Look at that number.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then we looked at which families did the best. And we have data from the Census Bureau that shows by income percentage. So the 25th percentile is the lowest income, 75th percentile is the highest income. And what I find fascinating about this, Mr. President, is every income group did better. The red is President Trump, the blue is President Biden. Every single income group did better under President Trump. But what's really amazing is look what happened under Biden. The lowest income group lost income under Biden. They were poor 4 years after Biden's presidency. No gain virtually whatsoever for the middle class. And the rich was the only group that did better under Biden, which is ironic because Biden keeps saying he was trying to get rid of income inequality. He made income inequality worse, not better. It was President Trump that reduced income inequality.
These numbers just came out, by the way.
Yep. And then finally, these are the numbers I just showed you in percentage terms. Mr. President, these are the numbers in dollar terms. So even the lowest income, 25th percent, gained about $4,000 income. That's a lot for a lower income family. $6,400 for the middle class and almost $10,000 for the richest. So you can see every income group did better under Trump than Biden by a wide margin. And that's the story.
I think when you look at them, they're all something, but this one chart really says it better than anything. If you look at this is great, but this chart is pretty amazing right here. All new numbers. Okay, so we're going to go now over to the East Room, and we're going to celebrate some very brave people with the Purple Hearts. Yeah, please.
Mr. President, just to follow up on the India tariffs, do you expect increased trade negotiations, since you've announced the 50% tariff?
No, not until we get it resolved.
Mr. President, is your deadline for Vladimir Putin agreeing to a ceasefire still stand tomorrow? Or is that fluid now that the talks are...
What?
Is your deadline still standing for Vladimir Putin to agree to a ceasefire tomorrow? Or is that fluid now?
It's going to be up to him. We're going to see what he has to say. It's going to be up to him. Very disappointed. Yeah.
Do you have to meet with... Does Putin have to meet with Zelensky in order and before you and Putin have to meet? Or
No.
Are you, so you're willing to, that's actually important because President Putin said this morning he was pretty dismissive of this idea of meeting with President
Who was?
Zelensky. President Putin was.
I don't know. I didn't hear him.
You to meet with him, he doesn't have to agree to meet with Zelensky. Is that what you're saying?
No, he doesn't. No.
So when do you think that means?
They would like to meet with me, and I'll do whatever I can to stop the killing. So last month, they lost 14,000 people killed last month. Every week is 4,000 or 5,000 people. So I don't like long waits. I think it's a shame. And they're mostly soldiers. They're Ukrainian and Russian soldiers, and some people from the cities where, missiles are lobbed in and you'll lose 35, 40 people a night, which is terrible. But no, mostly it's soldiers, and you're talking about, on average, 20,000 a month. 20,000 people are dying a month, young generally young people, soldiers. We're going to, speaking about soldiers, we'll see you over for...
All right, so there you go. There's the president today. And the number in the charts to Steve Moore, of course, the irony of those charts is that here's the Democrat Party and Biden always claiming that they're for they're for the middle class. Well, how many times we hear bottom up, middle out instead of top down, all this nonsense from this moron. And of course, when you look at their policies in action, it does just the opposite.
Right.
That's their main talking point. Their main talking point is Trump's only for the rich. And the thing that really, first of all, this data was fantastic, but when you see CNN and MSNBC and the others report on this stuff, they don't report it. They don't report any of this. These are incredible economic numbers.
Right.
I don't think we've seen balance like that in generations in terms of income rising in all sectors. And there were big growth. No, this isn't minor stuff. These are like demonstrable numbers that should be talked about everywhere. It's just, these are our citizens. You know, amazing.
All right, let's do some. Any other headlines?
Yeah, I did want to sneak in the Epstein update for those that think we're going to just let it go.
Yeah. Here we go.
We're not going to let it go. As the Supreme Court here, according to Just the News, John Solomon's outlet, that outfit over there, Supreme Court's going to discuss the Ghislaine Maxwell appeal on September the 29th. Of course, she was just recently moved from Florida to Texas. The Supreme Court's going to meet in private to discuss the Ghislaine Maxwell bid to overturn her sex trafficking conviction on September the 29th. She has argued that she should be immune from prosecution due to an agreement Jeffrey Epstein made with federal prosecutors before his death. Now, we didn't hear about this.
Yep.
She is currently serving a prison sentence for sex trafficking, and the prospect of a Trump pardon has raised speculations. Though the president has indicated he hasn't considered such a move, Maxwell served as the Madam primary procurer of underage women for Epstein and recently spoke with the DOJ about her role in this operation. She has not ruled out testifying before Congress as well. And it's amazing because I don't know if we pointed it out last week, or maybe we did, but it's amazing she had this conversation, these two conversations with the assistant attorney general, and all of a sudden subpoenas went out. Big names went out.
We talked about this the other night. There's no coincidence there.
Okay. Yeah,
there's no coincidence. That's real material stuff happening. She doesn't deserve, any get out of jail free cards here. However, she did talk.
Right.
She did provide info, and all those subpoenas mean something. Bill Clinton, that's not by accident. They subpoenaed him or Hillary or any of the rest of the cast of characters.
Yeah, and if you have to, and we see this happen all the time. You know, that they'll take someone who's guilty of a crime and say, if you can get us the bigger dogs, we'll reduce your crime. I mean, nobody wants to see that happen, especially in a case like this. But think about all the people out there. Supposedly, there are a lot of pedophiles out there just walking around, just enjoying their lives. I think those people deserve to see some justice.
So I just want to be clear. You guys think Comer sent these subpoenas out because of Maxwell's meeting with Todd Blanche?
Not the meeting itself. It's what came out of the meeting. I think information came out of that meeting that found its way to the intelligence community and to our committees. Then that turned into, you know what? Let's go. Let's start subpoenaing these guys. Right. I think it was just too coincidental. They have the meeting and then boom.
I think they had suspicions of names and maybe they had some,
confirmation,
some information on names, but they couldn't be sure. And she kind of solidified it for them to be like, all right, we can go ahead and grab some of these people and subpoena them now.
Get them on, testimony, and then they have information to contradict it. Let them lie.
All right, we'll wrap it up. One more sports news when we get back right after this.
I grew up playing in them honky-tonk bars, flat tops and fiddles and that old steel guitar. Now when I turn on my trucker radio, I wonder where did the country all go? Where are those great voices that we used to hear? Singers like Jones, Vernon, Hag disappear. You ask the record labels, they don't seem to care or know. Hey, where did the country all go? Can we turn this around? Can the tub and left it turning over in their graves. We got legends taking back seats.
Oh. Hey, did you find the manual?
Yes, of course I found it. No, I need that.
Summon Dale.
Who's Dale?
A real human.
I'm Dale. American Home Show now provides video chat with live repair experts for home fixes over the phone. Let's go fix that oven.
Okay, Dale.
I need my phone back.
Fix it over video chat with American Home Shield. Sign up today at ahs.com.
Water, nature's ultimate cleaner. We drink it, we bathe in it. Think water, think steam, think clean. Now harness the power of water with the H2O X5 5-in-1 steam cleaning system.
I'm so impressed with the X5.
It's an all-in-one product, so I can use it throughout my entire house.
It's cleaning, it's sanitizing. There's no chemicals in it. It's just steam.
This is unbelievable. There is no more odor.
5 minutes, I'm done. Look at that, it's amazing.
If you're ready to step into an effective, economical, and eco-safe world of cleaning, look no further than the H2O X5. Using just the power of superheated water, the X5 super hot steam cleans and kills up to 99% of germs, viruses, and bacteria. You could spend over $500 to purchase the products that the X5 5-in-1 Miracle replaces. But through this special TV offer, you won't spend $400, $300, or even $200. Order your H2O X5 steam cleaning system, a $500 value, for just 4 easy payments of $43. You'll get the X5 steam mop with microfiber pad, the carpet glider, the handheld scrubber, the window glass and mirror attachment, and the garment and upholstery bonnet. It's a complete 10-piece system, all this for just 4 easy payments of $43. But it gets even better. Order now and we'll upgrade your X5 package. We'll add a 6th mode with a dusting and polishing wand. Valued at over $30, this extra bonus attachment makes your H2O X5 the H2O X6. That means your 10-piece system becomes a 12-piece system at no extra cost to you. If after 30 days you're not absolutely delighted, send it back for a full refund of the purchase price. Don't wait. Now's your chance to own the X5 for just 4 easy payments, and we'll make the first payment for you. You get the X5 incredible 5-in-1 lightweight, powerful 12-piece steam cleaning system, a $500 value, all for just 3 easy payments of $43. This offer can't last forever, so call or click right now.
Do you suffer in pain? Are you stiff, tense, or less active? Introducing the Easy Well Remedy Massage System, a triple fusion of therapeutic experiences. Full body vibrational therapy increases blood circulation and reduces inflammation. Infrared heat penetrates deep to reduce pain, soothe, and relax. The Ultra Shiatsu pillow with 6 heated nodes mimics a professional massage. Plus, it's detachable for deep relief anywhere you need it. Experience the true remedy for your pain and stiffness. Call now.
All right, 13th of the hour live from Studio 6B. Oh, I forgot I was in charge of the tunes there.
It's kind of like Harry when he does
and I blame Harry, and I'm doing the same thing.
He's usually on his phone.
Real America's Voice. Yeah, I'm really focused in and still screwing it up. Live from Studio 6B, Real America's Voice on a Thursday night. I want to remind you one more time, if you're listening on 103.9 LI News Radio, tomorrow night we'll be down at the America First Warehouse.
Come on down.
Slick will be there all dressed up.
Oh, I'm ready.
Delgado will be there with his new computer bag. Vinny will be there with his hairpiece on. He'll be ready to go. He'll even put no shoe polish in his hair, nothing.
Nope,
Aaron will be there. Corey will be there.
Yep.
Now, this will be Corey's, well, no, not his first time, but his first time working the show there. Yes. But he's been there before, and Corey's great.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so Corey will be helping out Aaron and Joe the Box and his staff, but it's a great time on a Friday.
KDJ too, right? KDJ will be there?
KDJ will be there tomorrow night. He's got a couple coming up he's going to miss, unfortunately, because he's got comedy gigs.
Mr. Nolan?
Mr. Nolan will be there. We'll all be there, all 6 of us.
There'll be steaming clams in the back while you're doing the tailgating.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So it's going to be a great time at the America First Warehouse. Come on down. It's absolutely free. Just show up and come on in and have a great time. So
great time.
All right, let's do some. We'll try to get to everybody here, but let me start with Vinny Mac. He's got some thoughts on some news going on. What's on your mind, Vinny Mac?
Yeah, lots of cool things going on. I'll just try and pop off a few here. The Trump administration announced a $50 million reward reward for the capture of the Venezuelan dictator there. What's his name? Maduro. And he sent all of his thugs over the border. Thank you, Joe Biden, to come here, and all those gangs. That's why he sent them. They bring in their drugs across. They're bringing all these things. So how do you really get a guy like this? Well, you offer $50 million. That might open up a few lanes. And look at the pattern here. You see what's going on in Washington, D.C.? That guy, Big Balls, tried to break up a carjacking, got beat up. There are people getting injured all over. Trump lays it down 2 days ago and says, if you don't get this straightened out, I'm going to call on to get the federal government involved. And he just did. He's just bringing in some federal officers to walk the streets and to try and take care of some of the violence going on there. And at some point, it's like when we had all those riots, the Summer of Love, and he was going to bring in, all sorts of, people and forces to try and straighten that out. They all went bananas.
National Guard.
The National Guard,
they
right.
Out.
They went bananas. This is exactly what he needed to do. And I think he needs to do this, and he's doing it in a very proactive way, piece by piece. Another story that caught my eye with all this gerrymandering going on, and all these states, by the way, with lots of Republican votes that have no House seats, have no seats. They got 0 additional seats. All this stuff going on. Well, Trump just ordered a whole new census for the country to be done and make sure that no illegals are counted. This is not an isolated piece. This is the first step for him getting a lot of this under control. All this census stuff, all the redistricting, all of these things that the left has been trying to change the rules, break the rules, bring in foreigners, bring in illegals, do everything they can to affect this. One of the first things you do is you have the national census done accurately. There are people responding to this saying, but what? They're counting illegals in this country in our census? Yeah. This is what they've been doing. I'm sure the left has been driving it. Shame on the Republicans for allowing it to happen for as long as they have. But the left has been doing it. Last thing I wanted to talk about is all those Democrats in Texas, they took off on these planes and they went and had some fun and they disappeared so they didn't have to vote. Well, guess who paid for that?
Us.
Well, George Soros's PAC and Beto O'Rourke. Remember that guy? Beto O'Rourke, huh? That's a name you want to forget. Their super PACs paid for these people to fly to another state to avoid voting and, house them. It was 100,000 plus just for the private jet. All these things. These super PACs paid for it. That alone should be illegal. You can't have super PACs paying for politicians to go do this stuff. This whole idea, super PACs and all this stuff, I don't know, Delgado, what do you think about this?
They have their place. I guess right now they're allowed to do what they do. But no, you make a great point, because basically what they're doing is they're paying these people who are already being paid to do a job. They're paying them not to do a job.
They're paying them not to do a job, and yet
that they've already taken money for.
And the partisan super PACs are paying for that. And the last thing I want to talk about, little chuckle here, the Secret Service. I don't know if you remember that the Trump administration is going to fire all these DEI hired agents in the Secret Service, and the courts, said you can't fire them. So what did Trump do? He had them, he placed them to protect Obama, Clinton, and Biden, while he used the people, hired for their merit. Well done, President Trump. A little irony is pretty good this day and age, especially for those three clowns. And that's what I got there, Big Dig.
All right, very good. I just want to quickly remind everybody before we get to sports that, the census is not something that Trump hasn't tried before.
Yeah.
He tried this in his first term. You remember, went to the Supreme Court, Department of Commerce versus New York, 2019. And the 5-4 decision, obviously led by Chief Justice Roberts, blocked the addition of the citizen question at that time. So it's not like we didn't try this before, and the court said, So the real question this time is, what's the plan to fight the courts? Because that's going to happen.
That's going to happen. Absolutely.
So how hard are we going to fight? That's the real question here this time around. So, all right, 7 minutes till the hour, live from Studio 6B. Let's do a little more sports, and then we'll do a little more news if we can. Slick, wrap it up here with sports. What else is going on?
All right, just a quick check-in on the preseason NFL games. Right now, the Ravens 21-16 over the Colts, 8-18 to go in the fourth. QB for the Colts, Anthony Richardson, had to leave early, dislocated pinky. So little preseason injury bug there. Bengals trailing the Eagles 27-17 at Lincoln Financial, 35 seconds to go in the third. And the nightcap would be the Raiders out in Seattle, Lumen Field, 10 p.m. kickoff right there. And, well, USA Today columnist calls Trump a toddler for helping to plan 2028 Olympics. Nice, huh? Paul Boy of Breitbart, a columnist for USA Today, labeled President Trump a toddler for having a role in planning the 2028 Olympic Games in L.A. During a press conference on Tuesday, the president announced an executive order establishing a task force to plan the Olympics. America is a nation of champions, and in 2028, we'll show the world that what America does best, and that's win, Trump said. The L.A. Olympics are shaping up to be a wonderful moment for America. It's a great time to be a sports fan in America. Nancy Armour called Trump a toddler and a rambunctious puppy for helping to plan what will be the first Summer Olympics in the United States since Atlanta in 1996. Olympics organizers were willing to treat Trump like a toddler to protect 2028 games. Arbor's headline read, "It's the oldest trick in the book for anyone needing to get something done that there's an active toddler or rambunctious puppy around. Give them a toy or a game or get them to do a task by making them think it's their idea. The distraction keeps them busy and happy while they get some peace and quiet. By creating the task force and putting Trump in charge of it, LA 28 is letting him think he's an integral part of the event and where his only real role should be that of a figurehead," which, is really crazy. According to Fox News, the task force will primarily be focused on coordinating federal, state, and local government work on transportation, as well as streamlining visa processing and credentialing foreign athletes. Yeah, keeping men out of the Women Olympic Games, keeping security, making sure we don't have fires, disrupting the LA, SoFi Stadium and things like that. That's how I feel. But anyway, just wanted to say these women, they're just jealous. I think it's the greatest event. I love how Trump got those medals yesterday. He got the gold, silver,
He's going to make it a great event.
Commemorative, right?
Yeah.
From the 84 Olympics when they talked about Reagan. So just a great thing. I think it's fantastic and he should be proud. It's his country. And no, he's not going to sit there like, Xi Jinping from China when they were in Beijing,
I just wish it wasn't in LA. I'd wish it was somewhere else.
Yeah,
other cities in this country, not New York, not
maybe in
Atlanta.
Texas, maybe.
Yeah. Austin, Dallas.
Yeah, Dallas would be great. That's a wrap, Big D. Back to you.
All right, Slick, very good. Delgado, you got like 30 seconds. You got another headline you want to hit us with?
All right. Yeah, there's I'll save that one for tomorrow. I don't know if you guys saw this. First woman umpire. I'm surprised you didn't hit this one.
Did you watch the show last night?
No, I wasn't paying attention.
Okay, that's right. Because I covered it.
That was in the goodie bag. Something.
All right, that's
you guys should tune in once
in a while.
We salute our military, active and active, police, firefighters, first responders, EMTs, everybody on the front lines protecting us, all emergency personnel, all our truckers, all our farmers, everybody that keeps the country moving. Thanks, guys, on the show. Aaron, great job. We'll see you tomorrow night live at the America First Warehouse. We're live at 8. Come on down if you can hear my voice.
Come on
1039 LI News Radio. We'll see you tomorrow night. Hey, I think I found Harry on the highway. I know where he is.
Uh-oh.
It's see you tomorrow, live from Studio 6B.
There's nothing worse than losing your dog before their time.
That's why I created Dr. Marty Nature's Blend, designed to help dogs with everything from digestive issues to itching, even moving better.
Nature's Blend works because it's freeze-dried. So instead of destroying the nutrients with high heat, they all get right into your dog's body.
Take it from a veterinarian with over 50 years of experience saving dogs' lives. I have never seen a food make this much impact on a dog's health.
For a limited time, get up to 54% off Dr. Marty Nature's Blend, plus a free gift with our special TV offer. Call or go to drmartypets.com/TV.
This right here is confidence in a bottle.
Not only does it change you on the outside, but something in the inside, knowing that you're looking better.
It makes me feel so much more confident than I've ever felt in my life.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Well, today we're going to see one for ourselves and let you be the judge. It's called Plexaderm, and lifestyle expert Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video, and you'll notice the model has bags underneath his eyes and some sagging, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face, and that's how easy it is.
All right, what's the active ingredient?
Okay, so it's silicates that are minerals found in shale rock, and what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes, and as little as 10 minutes, no prescriptions, and very little effort. Even watching the video, this is a real, it's a model, but it's a real guy with real bags underneath his eyes.
My real true opinion is holy words I can't say on camera. This is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I could feel it just lifting my skin. It was amazing. It feels good. Feels great. Looks even better.
And I did this to my father. We were at home. So we applied it to his under eye bags. And let me tell you, we were so excited. In under 10 minutes, they visibly disappeared from view. And now it is literally part of both of our daily routines. He calls me every single month saying, "Hey, Annette, I'm out of Plexaderm. Please send me more." And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles. The way you want to do it is you want to have a clean, dry face. You use a small amount because it's so powerful. You have high school reunions, you have events you want to go to, you want to look years younger. This is it.
At our $14.95 price, it's the best way to try Plexaderm and see it work for yourself after your first application. Call the number on your screen.
Call 1-800-854-0295.
What do you do when your tire goes flat and there's no air anywhere? You reach for Bullseye Pro, the smarter, faster, hands-free way to fill it up with air. Bullseye Pro is equipped with a rechargeable power plant, smart pressure sensor, and custom nozzles. It's like the power of an air compressor in the palm of your hand. Get your complete Bullseye Pro inflation system for just $79.99 and get free shipping. Plus, we'll give you a 50% discount on a second.
A homeless guy built a treehouse in Los Angeles and lived there for way too long. The trans community has a separate but equal space, which is weird, and taxpayers are paying for it at great expense. And a 2-decade-old controversy is bubbling up in the libs' most recent attempt to drag something from the past and be super, super mad about it. All that and more coming up on this episode of Turning Point Tonight. My name is Joe Bob. Thanks so much for tuning in. Together, we are charting the course of America's cultural comeback. This is Turning Point Tonight. Now, before we get to any of those stories and our fantastic panel, one, I want to remind people at the top of the show, you can email the show anytime you want. tpt@tpusa.com. You can email whether you agree or whether you're wrong. We love seeing all of your emails, and I know a lot of you send us hilarious videos, which we usually play in the fourth segment. So just so you know, tpt@tpusa.com. I also want to talk about the possibility, the great possibility in my opinion, of President Trump taking over law enforcement in Washington, D.C. I'm sure you've heard the story by now of the ex-Doge staffer who got beat up brutally outside of DC. And that just shed light on, unfortunately, common knowledge that Washington, D.C. is not the safest area in the country by far. Actually, it is hugely riddled with crime. Now, when President Trump said, hey, you know, I might have to take it over, obviously the lib media went nuts. Oh my gosh, how could he do this? Well, constitutionally. For people who aren't aware, and I would imagine the audience is very aware of this, the District of Columbia, Washington, D.C., is the seat of the federal government, which constitutionally needs to be separate from the states for a whole lot of reasons that we don't need to necessarily get into right now. But basically, everything they do in the District of Columbia is under the supervision of the federal government. The mayor that exists there kind of is just there, I don't want to say necessarily just for show, but she's there because the federal government allows her to be there. So what I think could possibly happen here may be a foundation of how to run a big blue city. So many of our big cities around the country are deep blue, and therefore they're lax on crime, and therefore they're crime riddled. If President Trump were to exercise the authority of the federal government, take over the city, clean it up, drop the crime rate, specifically the violent crime rate, down to as low as it can possibly go, well, that actually might be good for blue cities all over the country. But I'm fascinated to hear comments and thoughts from our guest panel. Joy Backless Cruz, I think I messed that up last time too, sorry. Joy Backless Cruz is a conservative commentator And Greg Lykov is a syndicated columnist. Guys, thanks so much for joining. Really appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you for having us.
Joy, I'd love to start with you here. So again, unfortunately, and I don't like talking about this, but it's just a fact of reality. Another violent attack happened in Washington, D.C. that made headlines. Now, violent attacks happen all the time, but because there's so many important people in Washington, D.C., this one made headlines. A former Doge staffer got beat up. And again, this is among many crimes there. Yeah. Do you think the president, one, would be within his rights, and two, politically be welcomed if he decided, hey, we're going to use the federal government, we're going to use the National Guard, we're going to clean up Washington, D.C.?
Absolutely. Here's the thing. DC is among one of the most crime-ridden cities in the United States by almost every single metric. The kiss of death has certainly threatened me with a good time in the parking lot of a DC McDonald's. And DC is a unique city. We have lawmakers there. We have admin there. Their families are there. They deserve to be able to make laws for our country and govern our country without the threat of death all the time. And that's just not the case right now. Lawlessness is the mainstream, and they don't deserve that. They deserve to feel safe while they are serving our country. So it is our responsibility to protect our lawmakers. And if that means taking over the DC police, who clearly aren't doing a very good job, and bringing in people who actually know what they're doing, like the National Guard, sounds good to me. And for all intents and purposes, as far as I know, Big Balls is a hero. He is saving the West, not only working for Doge, but also on the streets, helping women and being what a true man is.
Yeah, it is fascinating to see, and I'm hopeful that we see the administration step in and set an example. But I guess, yeah, speaking of examples, Gregory, I would love to see the Trump administration really set a baseline for big cities, because so often you hear people from New York City, Los Angeles, San Francisco, other big cities around the country saying, "How it's too big to control. This is just kind of the byproduct of having a lot of people in one suburban space." I don't think that's true. I think if you enforce laws that are already on the books, you can actually clean up these blue cities. Do you think if President Trump, and again, I hate to talk in hypotheticals, but if he decides to go through with this, take over the DC law enforcement and turn it around entirely, that would be a blueprint for cities around the country?
Yeah, look, definitely. That's the obvious here. And it's important to mention that DC in just the last year increased their homicide rate by over 40%. So when you have a city where murders are committed every single day, multiple murders are committed every single day, there's an obvious issue. And when that city is the capital of the United States, the greatest country on earth, and Doge staffers, for example, or any other department, governmental department staffer are getting attacked every day, there's a concern there. And I think that's obvious. President Trump, with his resources, we saw that the National Guard did a wonderful job in Los Angeles when the protests were going on earlier in the year. And that was a huge success. I want to see that in DC, because if we have it in DC, if DC turns into this garbage pail of a city and turns into an actual clean, nice city that everyone wants to live in, we can see New York do the same thing, and Los Angeles and all the other liberal cities out there.
Yeah, that's well, in Los Angeles, it wasn't. There were just a couple people getting together, having fun, watching cars burn. And if you understand that reference, thanks for watching the show routinely. But speaking of Los Angeles, I thought this was really interesting. We've all seen pictures of Skid Row in Los Angeles, where people just set up tents on the sidewalk. Joy, there was a guy who built a full-blown 3-story, quote-unquote, luxury treehouse on the sidewalk, and it wasn't until his video on TikTok got tens of thousands of views that the city took it down. They did actually take it down. You're going to see pictures of this in the B-roll, but he's at it again. He's building a second treehouse. Joy, for lack of a better question, WTF?
Look, I respect the hustle. This is his fourth treehouse since 2015. He's industrious. He's creative. He has a relatively nice sense of aesthetics. This is who needs to be building back South and Central California. Fires this year started in January. Nobody's doing anything. Put him on the job. It's going to get done. Pronto.
There's so many directions here that you could go. Yeah, you could be, I am obviously furious, and I know you would probably be too, but in a joking manner, yeah, this guy has gotten around all of the permitting that all of the people who devastatingly had their homes burnt down can't get through in Los Angeles. Hey, just say, hey, I'm homeless, so I'm gonna build this house right here. Greg, this is really interesting too, because, well, okay, I don't want to say really interesting. In this article that I was reading about it, they quoted one of the neighbors, and she unfortunately suffers from a soft, pliable head, says, well, he isn't bothering anyone. He's just there in his own little tree. You pass by, and he's never been disrespectful towards her. To which I say, okay, what are his property tax rates? As a homeowner in the state of California, I pay a hefty amount of money in property taxes. If he gets to skate by, can I also skate by? Greg, your thoughts on this?
Yeah, well, first off, I'm from New York City, so I know this. I am all around this. You think this is bad? Look at, I don't know, Canal Street in New York City. It's ridiculous. All over New York City, we have this exact issue. And now with the mayoral election, or going to be the new mayoral elect of Zohran Mamdani, this is only going to get 10 times worse. You're going to go from buildings where luxury apartments and billionaires row stands on to buildings with tree houses and homeless people all around. So I really would be very concerned for Los Angeles right now. But the fact that, you know, a neighbor claims that he isn't bothering anyone is total nonsense. Can I just go in the middle of the street and build a tent and start camping in the middle of a highway? No, obviously not. And he can't build a tree house. I mean, this is ridiculous. This is not, it doesn't take, you know, common sense to understand that. Not only that, but we saw that Los Angeles and California in general is very capable of cleaning up these cities. We saw that when, you know, the president or whatever he is of China came. San Francisco got fully clean, and Gavin Newsom escorted him all around. So they're capable of doing something about it. They just don't want to. It seems like they're either lazy or taking the money for themselves. I don't know.
Actually, I think it's both. They're lazy, taking the money for themselves, and also completely and totally incompetent and corrupt. That seems to be the case across the board anytime you look into Los Angeles and other cities around the state of California. But Greg, you mentioned you're from New York. You will be happy to know this. Finally, this has come to fruition. There is a transgender homeless facility that has just opened in New York City. Thank goodness. Finally, it has arrived. Greg, what is a transgender homeless facility? The homeless facility is bad enough in your neighborhood, but now you have to be trans to go into this one specifically?
Well, you think that's funny? I say, look at what Mamdani is going to bring. You see, in the state legislature, while he was assemblyman, he currently is an assemblyman in the New York State legislature, he brought a bill that would basically allow inmates to attend the housed facility in incarceration based on their own self-identified gender identity. So let's say if I am a man, I could just say I identify as a woman and go into a female incarceration jail. And we saw that this exact piece of legislation actually passed in California. And there, the result was terrible. 4 women got impregnated for the first time in their female jail cells because men were transitioning into a female jail. Not only that, but the California Correctional Facility Department had to pass out contraceptives for the first time. So this is just, again, a big deal. This is all identity politics, as I say. Focusing on this is just a small part of the radical left agenda to create, facilities for 1% of people. I have never met a transgender homeless person. I don't know if they exist. I mean, maybe in New York City, maybe there are in these facilities, but I don't know. I find it crazy. That's the only word to describe it.
Greg, I want to make sure I'm hearing you correctly. You're saying that transgender women who are men going into women's prison is actually dangerous and horrible. That if only somebody had known that beforehand, we could have avoided some of these terrible tragedies. But of course, that is completely unknowable to anybody with a brain. Joy, I want to hit you with some statistics here. This homeless facility for trans people. is going to cost $65 million paid for by the taxpayers through 2030, and it has 150 beds. I did the very simple math. That's about $86,000 per year per bed. I'll do it for half. That's what I'm looking at. I don't know. Are people going to put up with this sort of thing?
I mean, welcome to New York City, where most people can't afford an apartment. But if you identify as a two-spirit they, them, the city might just build you a shelter with Wi-Fi, your own personal bathroom, access to 2 commercial kitchens, or the option to have a single lodging in one of 100 single bedrooms or one of 25 double bedrooms, all on the taxpayer's dime. And that's what makes it so great. The working class American is paying for it. But to be fair, in all seriousness, the point of having these shelters is to take people off the public dole and to alleviate human suffering. So if the true purpose of this shelter is to help people with their mental health struggles, help them find a job, teach them how to keep a job, teach them how to pay taxes, and if the Long Island City people are okay with that big price tag attached to it, I could be for this. But where I am weary is that the medical industrial complex has a long history of hurting mental health patients, a lot more than it helps it. And shelters like this that often vocalize their desires to help people as a temporary solution while they get on their feet and get up and running, find a job, they usually end up as a long-term solution, housing people for free for years on end while the working class is paying for them, which is obviously not fair. So I guess time will tell, but something tells me that my wearies are not for no reason.
Yeah, I would imagine that nobody's actually going to pay attention to this, unfortunately. I would love to see this experiment tried. I don't think anybody should actually do this. I'm not advocating for you to do that. Go to New York City, defecate on the sidewalk. We'll put it in nice, polite terms, and see what happens. And if you get in trouble, just say, no, sorry, it's okay. I'm homeless and trans. And they'll say, right this way, here's a 1-bedroom apartment and $90,000. Craig and Joy will be back after the break to discuss a 20-year-old, almost 20-year-old controversy that internet sleuths on the left are trying to bring back up and cancel a magazine for, among many other things. Right after the break. Don't go, we'll be right back.
Gotta admire what you've been able to do, not to weaponize, but to organize on these college campuses.
At Turning Point USA, we've spent 13 years building the machine, and last year we saw it pay off. Our grassroots army is making a real difference. Help us keep the momentum going. Donate today and keep TPUSA strong on campuses across America.
And for a gift of any amount, you'll receive your Big Gov Sucks Cooler. Claim yours today.
Be part of a historic event. Join Lech Walesa, Nobel Peace Prize winner and one of the world's greatest leaders, on his first ever grand lecture tour across North America. Meet the global hero who changed the course of history and inspired millions. Now, the greatest challenges of our time lie ahead. Walesa will take you behind the scenes of one of history's greatest turning points to draw lessons for a future we must build together. Register now at historyexplorer.com.
Being single for years, what would it do to you? Would it make you sad? Would it make you lose hope? Would it make you feel disconnected? I wouldn't know, because I'm using datemyage.com. Grab your phone or laptop. Go to datemyage. Get started for free.
Join datemyage.com today.
Welcome back to Turning Point. Tonight, we're together. We are charting the course of America's cultural comeback. Let's check in with Turning Point's White House correspondent, Monica Page, at the White House. Monica, how you doing?
I'm doing good, Joe Bob. It's another busy week at the White House, another busy day. You already know.
You don't say. That's surprising. Usually, President Trump is known to not be seen by the media for months at a time. Oh, sorry, wait, that was the last guy. Okay, that now makes sense. So, Monica, all of these rumors, I don't know if you call them rumors, because they're legitimate news stories, but nobody is quite entirely sure what's happening or how it's going to work. But Putin, Trump, what is the latest currently, which obviously viewers should know that could have changed by the time you're watching this?
Right. Well, it's very convoluted, like you just previously mentioned, Joe Bob. I mean, originally we knew Special Envoy Steve Witkoff was in Russia meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin for about 3 hours during his trip, where they were floating around an idea of a trilateral meeting between Putin, Zelensky, and Trump. But then for some reason, Putin said, I don't want to meet with Zelensky until I meet with Trump. And the Kremlin was saying that could come as soon as next week, this Putin and Trump meeting. But we just got report that the White House is saying, I don't want to meet with Putin until Putin meets with Zelensky. And that could open up a flurry of issues, considering the fact that these two have not really come face to face ever before, from my recent knowledge, at least. So that could be a very interesting meeting. And if Putin will even come to the table to meet with Zelensky. We know that the ongoing assault against Ukraine has been continuing, as we know in the news. But I'm interested to see if this trilateral meeting will happen. I was hoping it would happen at least here at the White House. We know what happened the first time Zelensky came during President Trump's second term. So very interesting to see what the dynamic would even look like if we saw all three of them in the room together.
Yeah, it'll be one of those is so we often have is we'll all find out together how this plays out. But yeah, so-and-so is not going to meet with so-and-so until so-and-so meets with so-and-so and this whole kind of thing. Right. I personally think the United States has the upper hand in every single circumstance like this. But I guess we'll see how it all pans out. My biggest question, and there's really no way of knowing this unless you're like in the meeting itself, is does Putin speak English in these? Because I'm pretty sure he does actually speak English. He always uses a translator when he does foreign media, but I'm just so curious if that happens. Do you have any insight on that?
I think he has to. I think he has to. I mean, if he's going to work with the United States, he has to know English, but I just think that he doesn't really feel like using English. Also, Russia's on a very tight deadline to end this war because Trump is at his last wit's end here when it comes to Russia, between all these economic sanctions that could be coming. So, yeah.
It's gonna be an interesting one to watch go forward, and obviously we hope for the best outcomes for the United States, and then obviously everyone else involved too. What else is going on? Purple Heart Day. Is that why you're wearing purple today? Is that
yes.
Making a statement? What's Purple Heart Day?
Absolutely, Joe Bob. It's Purple Heart Day. That's why I'm in my purple dress here. We know that over 1.8 million Americans have received the Purple Heart Award. It was revived in 1932 after in FDR's administration to honor the 200th birthday of George Washington. So ever since then, they've been celebrating Purple Heart and commemorating those who have been wounded or killed in war. And today here at the White House, the president is honoring nearly 100 members of the military here who have received Purple Heart Awards, including 3 who have actually gifted their badges to President Trump after surviving the assassination attempt back in July in Butler, Pennsylvania. The president specifically honoring him. And we will also probably be seeing his campaign manager, Chris LaCivita, who is a Marine Corps and also served in the Gulf War. So we can definitely expect to see a lot of members of his administration, especially in the Veterans Affairs. And it's going to be a packed room. I've been talking to a couple of the cameramen who have already set up for the preset, and they said it's going to be packed. There is barely any room for reporters, barely any room for cameramen. It's going to be filled with those who've been wounded in war, those who have served our country so bravely. And we're very excited to see them be honored, of course.
Yeah, it is awesome to see an administration that so fervently backs our military and our veterans. Awesome news, Monica. Thanks so much for joining us. Really appreciate you taking the time.
Thanks, you guys.
Thank you. It's not a new routine when libs try to drag something from the past back up to cancel one of their foes, but this is a particularly why are they doing that instance. Maxim magazine 18 years ago in 2007 put out an article, and I think they were mocking People magazine's sexiest man or sexiest woman alive or whatever it was. And they said, here's the unsexiest women alive, and put out a list. I can't imagine a bunch of people read it. I can't imagine it caused a ton of controversy. It was in 2007. We were more accepting of humor and satire and ridicule and all that sort of stuff. But today, in 2025, Reddit blew up on this story, and all of a sudden, people are mad about it again. Let's bring back our panel, Joy Backless-Cruz and Gregory Lykov. Guys, Joy, I want to start with you here. You can talk about the whole content of the article in and of itself, you know, the idea of it, is it funny, all that. You can, but also this idea of dragging something that's 18 years old and not really even tied to a particular individual that they're trying to take down. It's just Maxim magazine as a whole. Is this like a backlash to the horrible fascist Sydney Sweeney ad, which God forbid we put hot people in commercials?
I mean, it very well could be. Look, we have such a big issue with humor from the early 2000s in particular. The same way white chicks could never be made now, or Mean Girls could never be made now. They're making fun of this list, which I would think obviously is not pointing out the unsexiest women, because Sarah Jessica Parker and Sandra Oh and Amy Winehouse are not that unsexy. I guarantee you, if you take someone out into the middle of Central Park in New York City, spun them around with their eyes closed, told them to open, they could immediately point out 5 less sexy women than that. So obviously, this is not a giant dig at these people. These are women who have aged gracefully over time. It's okay. There is a war on jokes, a war on humor right now, and we need to take the country back by making jokes okay again. So no, don't let it happen. Don't let them win. We need to defend humor.
Joy, I probably would add on to that again, say that pretty much every Reddit person that's commenting on this and super outraged probably actually would land on this list in one way or another. Gregory, I am curious too. You've kind of, you guys are both younger than me, but specifically you, Gregory, as a syndicated columnist at the young age that you're at, you've kind of seen, or at least grown up with the whole cancel culture world. What do you see as kind of the movement that, yeah, I guess you can classify it as the conservative movement, but I think it's just an overall blanket movement of fighting back against these quote unquote cancellations. What does that look like going forward to you?
Yeah, so first off, this article is completely ridiculous because personally, it's wrong. I mean, Nancy Pelosi should be on the list, not these people. So that's first off. But in all seriousness, it's just an example of how the left is continuously going on in their cancel culture. And how my generation, Gen Z in general, is against it. We're finally fighting back. We want to be able to make the jokes. We want to be able to not be called racist every single day of our lives. And not only that, but you're focusing on this, which is supposed hatred, which obviously it's a joke. This article is a joke. When people are being hated for being conservative in schools and in workplaces and being fired over their political perspective. I mean, that's what we should be focusing on, not a stupid magazine that doesn't even put Nancy Pelosi on it. I mean, that's my concern. But in general, cancel culture is gone. Now we can't make it come back. We have to make sure that our Trump administration fights it, doesn't bring it back, and that the left never gains its power to bring back cancel culture.
I love the Nancy Pelosi comment. That was very funny, and I just genuine laugh there. Also, at the same time, too, you know, if they're reaching back this far to be offended about something, gosh, wow. Imagine having arguments not good enough to bring itself up to 2025 and have to go digging for something to be mad about. People are also going to be mad at this. Superman might go and force the border. Dean Cain, TV's Superman, has put out a video saying that he's joining ICE. I think we have a short clip of that video. Let's check it out, and I want to get you guys' reactions.
Hey everybody, Dean Cain here. And for those who don't know, I am a sworn law enforcement officer as well as being a filmmaker. I felt it was important to join with our first responders to help secure the safety of all Americans, not just talk about it. So I joined up. So if you want to help save America, ICE is arresting the worst of the worst and removing them from America's streets. I like that. I voted for that. They need your help. We need your help to protect our homeland and our families.
Joy, I have a great job. I love what I do. There are no complaints. And some of the incentives and watching those videos of ICE guys jumping out of trucks and snagging child murderers and all of these bad people that are in our country makes me consider on a daily basis having a career change. Obviously the incentives there are great. There's been over 80,000 last time I checked new applicants to ICE. What do you think that says about the shifting culture that we've got in this country pertaining to especially the illegal immigration issue?
Particularly after such a long period of seeing people complacent and just willing to go with the flow and watching the country crumble at their feet, it is so refreshing watching people, particularly men, stand up again, realizing that there is something to fight for now. We actually have something there to defend, and we're not going to win so easily. So it is going to take a movement. It is going to take a group of us agreeing and coming together that we have something worth fighting for, and that thing is protecting our culture. And we cannot protect our culture if we don't preserve the vast majority of the people who are citizens of this country. And we do need to protect our borders and make sure that we are a safe place for people in our country to live peacefully without crime. So good for them. Superhero on the screen, superhero on the streets. Love to see it. Even if it is because sometimes it is. I honestly don't think it matters. The fact that someone who is so prominent on TV, on screens, part of our entertainment culture, is willing to get out and say that to people, that moves people. That's what's really moving nations. It's not just the people talking about politics on screens, even though that's what I do. That's what I love to do. I think that's important too. It is going to be the comedians. It is going to be the actors who are really going to move culture here. So shout out to Dean Cain.
Yeah, but borders, strict and physical delineation where good ideas start and bad ideas end. If you're coming which direction, I screwed that up, but you know what I mean. Depending on the direction, that's what that is. Gregory, do you have, like, be honest with me, a guy your age, virile, athletic young man that you are, do you have any thoughts about joining up with the ICE guys to take on the bad guys?
Yeah, so first off, I wish I could. I can't for medical reasons, but joining ICE would be a very cool experience. But I think we should all clap it up for, the Trump administration's social media team in general. Totally. With the ICE videos, with the videos about the administration. Remember that picture of Trump and as the Pope? That was just wonderful. Like all of those, like the Trump social media team really stepped it up these past few months. But also something that I find very interesting is that there's a big hatred for ICE right now all around the country, which is scary because ICE agents are being attacked. ICE agents are being threatened, and their entire lives are being crushed by these left-wing people who are targeting law enforcement, who are targeting the very people who are protecting our country, which I find ridiculous. And with the amount of hatred that ICE is getting at this time, I really believe that joining ICE is one of the most patriotic things a young man can do in our country right now. And even if you don't agree with necessarily the Trump administration's policies on immigration as a whole, it doesn't mean you go attack ICE agents. You can go cast your votes. You could go, go to political rallies. I don't care about that, but don't attack law enforcement who is helping save our country from an invasion. That is just ridiculous. And that's what the left wants to be associated with.
Yeah, we talked to Borders Czar Tom Homan, and he said, yeah, if you're going to go protest somebody, protest Congress. We're just enforcing the laws that they wrote, but ridiculous on all fronts. Joy, Gregory, guys, thanks so much for joining. Really appreciate you taking the time. We'll have you back.
Thank you.
Thank you. Coming up next here on Turning Point tonight, we got a fascinating clip from the Turning Point USA produced podcast by Alex Clark, Culture Apothecary. Don't go away. We'll be right back after the break.
Got to admire what you've been able to do, not to weaponize, but to organize on these college campuses.
At Turning Point USA, we've spent 13 years building the machine, and last year we saw it pay off. Our grassroots army is making a real difference. Help us keep the momentum going. Donate today and keep TPUSA strong on campuses across America.
And for a gift of any amount, you'll receive your Big Gov Sucks Cooler. Claim yours today.
Hi, it's Christina again. Is your shower trying to tell you something? Is getting in and out of the bathtub becoming a safety concern? Are you worried about the cost of a bathroom remodel that could go on for weeks and weeks? Well, now you can have a gorgeous new bath or shower that's safer at a price you can afford with a one-day jacuzzi bath remodel. And now they're bringing you this special TV offer. We're waiving all installation costs and postponing all payments for up to 1 year. Jacuzzi bath remodel has a design you'll love love at a price you can afford.
Literally, they came in the morning, did the demolition, and installed our bathtub in one day. I definitely wish we called Jacuzzi a lot sooner.
Okay, so tell me, what are the 2 most common reasons people are calling Jacuzzi bath remodel right now?
Well, maybe they're just tired of the old, worn-out eyesore of a bath. Often they have dated colors, tiles that might be cracking and fading, or impossible to clean grout. Christina, did you know that the average shower has up to 300 linear feet of grout?
Honestly, I had no idea.
Yeah, that's a whole lot of scrubbing. So that's definitely one of the reasons people call. And you'll love that the new bath or shower just rinses clean and resists mold and mildew. Now, another big reason people call is they've been feeling uneasy stepping over that tub to take a shower. And we're here to help with a safer, more stylish shower that you'll love and is custom designed for you.
Every time I stepped over my old bathtub, I worried I might fall. I don't have those fears anymore. Jacuzzi Bath Remodel gave me a gorgeous shower that's safe too.
It was done in the same day. We did not have to wait. It is amazing.
Time is running out to take advantage of this special offer. When you call right now, we're waiving all installation costs with our Christina Across America offer and no interest and no payments for up to 1 year. Call now to schedule your free, no obligation in-home design consultation. You can create your new bath or shower customized just for you, installed in just 1 day from the most trusted name with Jacuzzi Bath Remodel. Call now.
It's never been easier. Get your free design consultation, schedule your 1-day installation, and start loving your new bath or shower right away.
You can go from this to this, and from this to this, or even from this to all this in just 1 day.
I did not like my bathroom before and was embarrassed by it. Yes. This is unbelievable. It is stunning. I can't believe it.
Time is running out to take advantage of this special offer. When you call right now, we're waiving all installation costs with our Christina Across America offer and no interest and no payments for up to 1 year. Call now to schedule your free, no obligation in-home design consultation. You can create your new bath or shower customized just for you, installed in just 1 day from the most trusted name with Jacuzzi Bath Remodel. Call now.
I am absolutely terrified that my eyes were damaged from LASIK surgery. What percentage of people who have had LASIK done are experiencing complications?
30%. And they're late complications that can come on as long as 25 years later.
I am 10 years post-op, and I am just now experiencing I need to start wearing glasses again. I am experiencing chronic dry eye. And I thought, well, maybe this has to do with me having Hashimoto's and autoimmune disease because dryness, all over the body, that's part of it. But now I'm reading your book and I'm finding out that dry eye could be a LASIK complication.
Well, people who have Hashimoto's disease and dry eye of any sort should not get LASIK. You should not have had LASIK if you told them that's what you had.
Well, I didn't know at the time. I was really young. I was in my early 20s. What did not happen was I was not given informed consent that this procedure, the effects really only last for a decade. Is that what you're finding? Is that normally if it does go well, allegedly, that it starts to wear off after 10 years?
Yes. After 7 to 8 years, 44% of people have lost the ability to see at distance. It can go in the other way. You can become nearsighted. There's scar tissue. There are flap complications. It's horrendous.
Well, I was just told that I have some skin scales, or I don't know what that is. They saw my eyeball. They wanted to come back in to look at. And I'm like, is that a LASIK thing?
Well, did you have flap LASIK or did you have what's called PRK, where they don't do a flap? Do you know?
See, I have no idea. I was so young. I didn't know. I didn't care. I just thought, oh, they know what they're doing. LASIK is perfectly safe. I didn't ask enough questions.
Right. You didn't maybe Google LASIK complications to find out?
I was like 22, 23 years old.
Well, the consent forms for LASIK are completely inadequate. At one point, the FDA was going to require that the LASIK surgeons give their customers an adequate consent form, that may have been about 10 years ago, but they never have. The FDA is not taking care of the health of the public. They're not warning about the dangers of LASIK.
Now, see, this is so crazy. And this is what I want to get into with you, because you were an eye doctor in New York City for 40 years.
Correct.
And you had a colleague, close colleague, who is the guy who invented LASIK.
Yes.
And you said, wait a minute, you're looking at this science and you're saying this is not adding up. This is an extremely dangerous procedure.
The name of my colleague was Steve Trokel. And I was working in the Eye Institute of Columbia Presbyterian Medical Center one day when Steve rushed into my room and he shoved a piece of paper in my hands. And it showed a human cornea with an exact rectangle sliced out of it. And he said, this is going to revolutionize ophthalmology. Steve was not a cornea specialist. His specialty was the orbit, the box around the eye. I thought that was the stupidest idea I've ever heard. The cornea has the most nerve endings of any part of the body. And if you cut them, you're cutting through vital tissue. You know what it's like to get maybe a speck of dust in your eye or scratch your cornea. If you have LASIK, then both of your corneas are damaged, and the pain of the cut nerves is never going to go away. That's permanent.
Your book says that 70% of LASIK patients still need glasses, despite claims that it eliminates the need for distance glasses. So why is LASIK failing to deliver for so many?
Because it's a bad idea to begin with, because the cornea isn't a sheet of plastic. It's living tissue. And if you cut it, it's going to either regrow or change its form in some place. So it's inevitable that LASIK will eventually wear off. As a matter of fact, after 7 to 8 years, 44% of LASIK patients, according to a paper published in December of 2024, have lost the ability to see at distance without glasses.
I also have astigmatism now.
Oh, dear.
Is that a LASIK complication or just age?
No, if you didn't have astigmatism before your LASIK and you now have it, it's likely to have been caused by the LASIK itself.
What are the statistics of how many people are suffering from botched LASIK in the United States?
Well, about 20 million people have had LASIK in the United States, about 40 million worldwide. And if there's a 30% risk of permanent, untreatable complications, that would be 30% of 20, maybe about 7-8 million people. So that's a significant number. Another problem is LASIK is a public health hazard, because what you do is you shave off the central part of the cornea, and the peripheral part is left unchanged. And when your pupil dilates at nighttime in dim light, you're going to have two different focuses. You're going to have the original focus out in the periphery, and then you're going to have the focus in the center, which is now going directly onto your retina. So everybody who's had LASIK has some problem in dim light. And we are now driving down roads, and people are coming at us who've had LASIK, and they're seeing, instead of one headlight, 2, 3, 5, 25 headlights. We are flying in planes where the pilots have had LASIK.
Yikes.
And they're looking at the runways and all the starburst and halos around the lights. It's not safe. If you have had LASIK, You shouldn't drive. You shouldn't fly. You shouldn't operate a train or a bus. If you are in dim light, you should restrict your driving to the day.
Gotta admire what you've been able to do, not to weaponize, but to organize on these college campuses.
At Turning Point USA, we've spent 13 years building the machine, and last year we saw it pay off. Our grassroots army is making a real difference. Help us keep the momentum going. Donate today and keep TPUSA strong on campuses across America.
And for a gift of any amount, you'll receive your Big Gov Sucks Cooler. Claim yours today.
Hi, it's Christina again. Is your shower trying to tell you something? Is getting in and out of the bathtub becoming a safety concern? Are you worried about the cost of a bathroom remodel that could go on for weeks and weeks? Well, now you can have a gorgeous new bath or shower that's safer at a price you can afford with a one-day jacuzzi bath remodel. And now they're bringing you this special TV offer. We're waiving all installation costs and postponing all payments for up to 1 year. Jacuzzi bath remodel has a design you'll love at a price you can afford.
Literally, they came in the morning, did the demolition, and installed our bathtub in one day. I definitely wish we called Jacuzzi a lot sooner.
Okay, so tell me, what are the two most common reasons people are calling jacuzzi bath remodel right now?
Well, maybe they're just tired of the old worn out eyesore of a bath. Often they have dated colors, tiles that might be cracking and fading, or impossible to clean grout. Christina, did you know that the average shower has up to 300 linear feet of grout?
Honestly, I had no idea.
Yeah, that's a whole lot of scrubbing. So that's definitely one of the reasons people call. And you'll love that the new bath or shower just rinses clean and resists mold and mildew. Now, another big reason people call is they've been feeling uneasy stepping over that tub to take a shower. And we're here to help with a safer, more stylish shower that you'll love and is custom designed for you.
Every time I stepped over my old bathtub, I worried I might fall. I don't have those fears anymore. Jacuzzi Bath Remodel gave me a gorgeous shower that's safe too.
It was done in the same day. We did not have to wait. It is amazing.
Time is running out to take advantage of this special offer. When you call right now, we're waiving all installation costs with our Christina Across America offer and no interest and no payments for up to 1 year. Call now to schedule your free, no obligation in-home design consultation. You can create your new bath or shower customized just for you, installed in just 1 day from the most trusted name with Jacuzzi Bath Remodel. Call now.
It's never been easier. Get your free design consultation, schedule your one-day installation, and start loving your new bath or shower right away.
You can go from this to this, and from this to this, or even from this to all this in just 1 day.
I did not like my bathroom before and was embarrassed by it. Yes. This is unbelievable. It is stunning. I can't believe it.
Time is running out to take advantage of this special offer. When you call right now, we're waiving all installation costs with our Christina Across America offer and no interest and no payments for up to 1 year. Call now to schedule your free, no obligation in-home design consultation. You can create your new bath or shower customized just for you, installed in just 1 day from the most trusted name with Jacuzzi Bath Remodel. Call now.
Welcome back to Turning Point Tonight, where together we are charting the course of America's cultural comeback. Thanks so much for sticking with us through the break. You can email the show anytime you want, tpt@tpusa.com. You can email whether you agree or whether you're wrong. We love all of the emails, and we love all of the videos that you guys send us. I think this one came from either Instagram or X, one of those platforms, not the email, but you should send them the email. We check the email quite a bit more than, at least I check my social media accounts. But I thought this was funny. Actually, before that, tpusa.com, donation of any amount, get you a free cooler. It is scorching hot here in Southern California, all over the place, as I had imagined it is wherever you are. You don't want your drinks to be warm. Get a free cooler. Any donation of any amount, tpusa.com. Without further ado, I just, trolling family members who are not Trumpers is hilarious. Watch this.
So I'm staying the night with my son, and he has a very sick sense of humor. He made a Trump bedroom for me. Notice Trump toilet paper, Trump mug shots, and he said, open the closet, open the closet. A life-size freaking, I don't even believe it.
So the caption on that video that was sent by one of you fantastic folks was, "My son knows how much I dislike Trump. He got me." And you know, yes, you can kind of laugh at the humorous situation of it, but I feel like there's some deeper, more real, tangible things going on here that we shouldn't just overlook. First of all, isn't it interesting that in some cases like this, and even in a growing amount of cases, that the young people are trying to convince the old people, hey, this Trump guy isn't such a bad dude. The conservative outlook and policy and all of the different things conservatives are pushing are generally the better way to go. I would imagine that kid's mom, and again, I don't know anything about this family, doesn't like the fact that sometimes he's a little loud-mouthed on the internet, which, you know, sure, okay, fine. Is it what every single president ever has done prior to him? No, but also this is a new media age and he understands how to work it better than anybody else. So there's that, but then there's also the idea that this young person, her son, who I would imagine is probably in his 20s, maybe 30s, having his mom stay over the night, is a big Trump fan and a big enough Trump fan to have all of the... What you're going to say is, well, how do we know he's a Trump fan? What if he's just a guy who bought all that stuff? Not Trump fans don't buy all that stuff for that kind of joke. Bottom line is the younger generation understands what the real deal is and is doing funny stuff like that to their lib parents. And hopefully maybe their parents can learn a thing or two from the young folks that are out there trying to change the country for the conservative good. Well, that's going to do it for us here at Turning Point tonight. Really appreciate you taking the time and tuning in. Charlie Kirk is going to take us out. We will see you tomorrow, same time, same place. God bless America.
Is your body ready for summer?
We're gonna build a body you can be proud of. You just give me 30 minutes a day for 21 days, and I promise you, the weight will come off.
This is 21 Day Fix, the perfect program to get you summer ready.
I am in perfect shape for my bikini.
I had that sexy little bee.
Get simple fitness, simple nutrition, fast results in just 21 days.
Get ready for summer with 21 Day Fix. This week, try it free at 21dayfix.com. That's 21dayfix.com.
Water, nature's ultimate cleaner. We drink it, we bathe in it. Think water, think steam, think clean. Now harness the power of water with the H2O X5 5-in-1 steam cleaning system.
I'm so impressed with the X5.
It's an all-in-one product. I can use it throughout my entire house.
It's cleaning, it's sanitizing, there's no chemicals in it. It's just steam.
This is unbelievable. There is no more odor. 5 minutes, I'm done. Look at that, it's amazing.
If you're ready to step into an effective, economical, and eco-safe world of cleaning, look no further than the H2O X5. Using just the power of superheated water, the X5 super hot steam cleans and kills up to 99% of germs, viruses, and bacteria. You could spend over $500 to purchase the products that the X5 5-in-1 Miracle replaces. But through this special TV offer, you won't spend $400, $300, or even $200. Order your H2O X5 steam cleaning system, a $500 value, for just 4 easy payments of $43. You'll get the X5 steam mop with microfiber pad, the carpet glider, the handheld scrubber, the window glass and mirror attachment, and the garment and upholstery bonnet. It's a complete 10-piece system, all this for just 4 easy payments of $43. But it gets even better. Order now and we'll upgrade your X5 package. We'll add a 6th mode with a dusting and polishing wand. Valued at over $30, this extra bonus attachment makes your H2O X5 the H2O X6. That means your 10-piece system becomes a 12-piece system at no extra cost to you. If after 30 days you're not absolutely delighted, send it back for a full refund of the purchase price. Don't wait. Now's your chance to own the X5 for just 4 easy payments, and we'll make the first payment for you. You get the X5 incredible 5-in-1 lightweight, powerful 12-piece steam cleaning system, a $500 value, all for just 3 easy payments of $43. This offer can't last forever, so call or click right now.
They were too smart to think that they could get away with doing it on a Saturday night or on a Friday night. So they wanted the cover of like, we're doing it on like the night before a real news day, but Monday after July 4th is not a real news day. Everybody's still in transition.
So left unaddressed, I know this is a hypothetical, which I hate those questions. What if we just try to proceed, what does that mean?
If we just what?
Just try to proceed. No, don't address this. If the administration just tries to power through.
Her days are numbered. She can't recover from this. She's shot herself in the foot on her own credibility. I just don't think she's going to recover. And I'm sorry to be ungenerous, but I just don't think Pam Bondi is skilled enough to avoid making another mistake very soon. And so that'll probably be the one that gets her. Because President Trump, I understand fully, he doesn't want to offer a scalp in response to this. And I get it. He doesn't want to, and I understand why. Even though it's his own people, he doesn't want to look like he's sold out his people. And he's loyal too. He really is. He's very loyal to the people who are loyal to him, to his credit. But I think he's also extremely smart. And he can read a room better than anybody. And I think once he realizes, thanks to an event like this, et cetera, that this does matter with the base, this is not a nothing burger for them, for all the reasons we've discussed, I think he'll decide she's a goner. It's just a question of what the excuse is, more time with her family, right? And she'll be sayonara.
And so from a PR standpoint, so you would do an open press conference, take every possible question.
If I were Trump, I would say all three of you are going out and holding a presser. Everybody's welcome, all comers. And you're not leaving until, like, we're down to the Jim Acostas of the world. Like, you will stay until those kinds of people have gotten to ask questions. Because let me tell you something, another thing that's irritating about the whole way they've handled it is they're embarrassing other good people. Like, did you see Caroline Leavitt out there trying to answer questions on this?
And I think Caroline's great. Don't we like Caroline?
She's the best. Same.
She has nothing to do with this.
Nothing to do with it. I love her, and she has total credibility. And I watched her try to, like, spin that memo, which is her job, and I felt nothing but empathy for her. And
I agree with that.
And I also felt like, how dare you put her in this position? This is your stink over the DOJ. Why don't you get your own spokesperson out there to deal with it? But don't make poor Caroline sacrifice the president's credibility and hers on this dog turd of a story. So they do need to wrap it up. It should be wrapped up. And in a perfect world, Trump will say, all three of you get out there, have an open presser, anybody can answer questions, and just answer them all honestly. Short of that, like, we could get to, today's Friday, we could get to Monday with Dan gone. Possibly Cash gone. Again, my reporting says Cash is staying. Others says he'll go if Bongino goes. I think one of them knows we have a country to run, and we really do need one of them there.
No, I think we need both. I mean, I'd hate to lose them both.
I do too.
And let's play this out for a second, though. Let's say Bongino leaves. Well, he's not going to keep his mouth shut. So
no, he's got one of these too.
He's got a big one of these.
Yeah.
And he will come out immediately, and he will tell his side of the story, which will not help the integrity of the administration.
No.
Right? So if you let Bongino walk, you will have somebody for years that will be bitter towards the administration, and all of us
He's not going to want to hurt Trump.
No, but he'll tell the truth, and we will lose. We will be like, if Bongino can't go and fight and solve this thing, then, like, I mean, what are we doing here,
I know.
right? If Dan Bongino, who's like one of the greatest patriots we have, cannot go and reform the FBI with Kash Patel after we win a popular vote majority,
right?
Then I will never give up. But I know for millions of people that will be met with just a sigh of cynicism.
But think about it,
you know
Charlie.
what I mean?
Yes, 100%. You think about, like you mentioned, Jeanine Pirro would take no prisoners. She's totally confirmable too. She'd be great in this role. Like, it's not like there's no bench behind Pam Bondi. Like, there is a bench. Jeanine could do it. Harmeet could do it. Even Matt Gaetz can't do it. I mean, he could do it, but
he's not confirmable.
Yeah, he's not confirmable.
Matt Gaetz for a special prosecutor, that would be very interesting.
Now that would be fun to watch.
Matt Gaetz with a government corruption special prosecutor.
Anyway, there are other people who could take over that role. And just think about it, because I can see the untenability of Dan and Cash staying effectively working for Pam, right? Like, they're working for her, and she seems feckless, except she seems somewhat petty and personal, given the leaks I'm reading. And she seems way too focused on being a star. It reminds me of Brian Williams of NBC. Remember how it was like, it turned out he was more interested in seeing his mug on television and telling fake stories about what a badass he allegedly was, and like Abbottabad, with SEAL Team 6 practically raiding the compound. than he was in being taken seriously and being a credible news anchor. And I'm sorry to say, I think she suffers from that same disease, and so she has to go.
Two final thoughts. Number one, everybody, just so you know, all going late tonight and all tomorrow, we are doing exclusive interviews for the Charlie Kirk Show right near Ballroom C for members only. So if you guys want to see interviews, we're going to be interviewing all the major names. We just had a conversation with Pete Hegseth and Tucker Carlson. We have big ones tomorrow, so it's at Ballroom C. They'll be happening all day. Just look at your agenda. That's right on there if you guys want to attend. Megan, last question. There's 7,000 people here, most of which are students. What advice do you have for them fighting on campus, trying to figure out what they want to do with their life? Let's do a non-Epstein end to all of this.
Awesome. Be who you are. Don't pretend you're a lefty in order to win any professor's good humor. He's not worth it. Get your D on your paper because you refuse to argue that capitalism is bad, and wear it like a badge of honor. Bring it with you into your job interview. And that will make sure you align with an employer who's right for you, right? Don't say that you support Planned Parenthood the way they want you to. Don't call yourself a feminist because your teacher will give you pats on the head. Stand up for what you really believe in, and that's how we spread the good word. That's how we convert others over to where we stand, rather than just get ahead pretending we're with them, and then only once we have power tell our true feelings. It's not worth it. Anybody who came to me with a crappy GPA from one of these elite universities and then showed me all their papers that spoke up for conservatism and America and God, faith, I would hire them in an instant over somebody who emerged with a perfect GPA, who went along to get along. That's not a leader. That's a sheep. Don't be like that. Stand up for your beliefs now when it matters.
Megan, you are amazing. God bless you. And Turning Point USA thanks you.
Thank you so much, Megan, you guys. It's great to be with you.
Got to admire what you've been able to do, not to weaponize, but to organize on these college campuses.
At Turning Point USA, we've spent 13 years building the machine, and last year we saw it pay off. Our grassroots army is making a real difference. Help us keep the momentum going. Donate today and keep TPUSA strong on campuses across America.
And for a gift of any amount, you'll receive your Big Gov Sucks Cooler. Claim yours today.
Charlie Kirk Show starts now.
Oh my God, what makes you think you have the right to say what I do with my body?
Let me ask you something. If a pregnant woman is killed and the baby dies too, why is the killer charged with a double homicide?
Well, because people have different beliefs.
It's not about belief, it's about truth. Science confirms life begins at conception.
Today, Apple is announcing that it will invest $600 billion, that's with a B, in the United States over the next 4 years. That's $100 billion more than they were originally going to invest. And this is the largest investment Apple has ever made in America, anywhere else. And it's just an honor to have you. As you know, Apple's been an investor in other countries a little bit. I won't say which ones, but a couple. And they're coming home. $600 billion. It's the biggest there is. The company is also unveiling its ambitious new American manufacturing program, which will bring factories and assembly lines across our country, all roaring to life. Areas that we're not doing so well are doing very well. We have about $17 trillion coming into the United States, which is more than ever before.
We're seeing these very large commitments, both from governments and from corporates. Tim Cook was in the Oval yesterday. Apple had committed $500 billion of new plant and equipment in the U.S. He's up to $600 billion, and he wants to make Apple an American company in terms of manufacturing, not just design. We've seen Micron Technologies. They were in visiting this week. They're going to put in $200 billion. So we've got trillions and trillions of manufacturing that's going to come back, and we're going to see that over the next couple of years.
So now I've spoken with some officials over at ICE, and I will be sworn in as an ICE agent ASAP. So they'll have 80,001 recruits for their 10,000 positions. Well, they can't have a better guy than Dean Cain. Are you going to be hopping out of ICE vans and apprehending guys? I will do whatever Director Lyons wants me to do. If that's what it takes, absolutely. I somehow doubt I'll be in that position, but I will be there in a heartbeat. This is the kind of thing where people have to step up. I'm stepping up. Hopefully a whole bunch of other former officers, former ICE agents will step up, and we'll meet those recruitment goals immediately, and we'll help protect this country.
We started the Trump administration with about 2.4 million of federal employees. And as I mentioned, that's up about 400,000 just over the course of the Biden administration. So even with all the things that we're working on right now, even if we're successful, we're still just going to return the federal workforce to essentially where it was when President Trump left office. These are things that we know technology is really good at. AI is really good at, distilling information, at culling things. There's a great opportunity, I think, for us to use AI, and we're just literally crawling on this stuff right now. So we have a long way to go.
The president over the last 3 days has met with the leaders of, or spoken to the leaders of all of the tech companies. He had Jensen Huang from NVIDIA, Tim Cook yesterday, both in his office talking, and he set tariffs to bring semiconductor manufacturing to America. It was beautiful to watch the president and his team talk to all the tech companies, get all of their input to set it right. And what he said was he won't charge tariffs while you're building in the country. But if you're not building in the country, 100% tariffs. So his objective is to get semiconductor manufacturing done here of our best technology, and that way we can control it the best. Yeah. That's the strategy. It's great for America, and President Trump is on it.
We inherited a big affordability crisis, and we've got, as I've said, President Trump's doing peace deals, tax deals, trade deals. We've got the tax deal in place. We're going to be looking at what we can do for housing, for student loans, for overall, because there is an affordability crisis. The first step in easing the affordability crisis was to bring down inflation. Inflation in May was down for the first